All right. Well, a couple things before we get started, guys. Welcome to the Beneath Fallen Skies. If you know someone who wants to play one of my games, send them my way. I'd love to talk to them about getting on the wait list or getting into a one-shot. That wait list is very short at the moment, so get on it while you can. We do announcements over at Patreon, which is patreon.com/GMEric. We've got a ton of stuff going on there. We've got some new art going up later this week, I hope. And look for that information over there. We also have the GM tip videos, archives, and podcasts over on YouTube. So if you want to watch and binge a ton of GMEric content, go check that out. There's hundreds of episodes for you guys, thousands of hours to check out. We also have a brand new clip contest going on this month, so toss those clips and timestamps in the Discord channel, and you'll be automatically entered to win a really cool prize at the end of the month. Last month's prize was a very cool half-pound D20 made by Nero, which was great. And Damak the Axe got that, also known as Tristan from the Awesome Blossoms. We also have the reference site over at toyvoarpg.com. Check that out for more information about the Toyvoa campaign setting. Let's go ahead and get you guys started because we've got a lot to cover today, and we want to get into it. You guys are adventuring in the lands of Toyvoa. Most recently, you have arrived here in Asatoro, where you have come on your quest to find more sky shards to raise a sky island into the air, the bounding shards to raise a sky island into the air. But you're on your way down to Mizurin, down here. As you have stopped here in Asatoro, you've decided to restock, get some supplies, and generally recover after having spent so much time beneath ground in the lost city of Akru. We left you guys last time at the Obsidian Mirror, a occultist shop here in Asatoro.
Were we going to sell those gloves too before we left here?
Did you want to sell the gloves here?
Now we discussed it a little bit, but I don't know if we were or weren't.
Okay.
We did say that we were going to sell the gloves. I'll open the spreadsheet, but yeah, we wanted to.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd forgotten that Deus was holding on to them, so yeah, I thought that they were just loose in the inventory, so I.
Yeah, I mean,
we
Deus
can
is
sell
only
them.
onto them, but you want to sell it, you can sell it. Go on. The NPC
So?
is ready and waiting. I am sadly trapped within my own center. Not actually trapped, just
Yeah, I mean, she would seem like the kind of person who would be very interested in buying gloves that turn you into shadows.
Yeah.
Would you be interested in selling these?
Yeah, because they work
There's
differently
no
than how I expected it. So the plan that I had is changed. So I will take them off.
Okay.
I will just approach. Dash will approach, not saying anything, obviously. Because of the culture, and he will just place them on the table. But just keep one hand on top of them.
She narrows her eyes at you.
Oh, right, the gloves. Do you want to buy these?
What are they?
I forgot what they're gloves of. What are they called? The gloves of shadow.
Gloves of walking shade.
Yeah, they're gloves of the walking shade.
What do they do?
Oh, geez, Eric, why are you putting me on the spot like this?
They do that.
You know, they make you a little resistant to necrotic damage. Curses and things like that. Things that make you rot, and they can also give you strength when you're really tired. If you ever exhaust yourself for some reason. And then, more importantly, they can turn you into a shadow, and you can, go through things you'd have to be really, really thin to fit through.
Do not have much coin left. How much do you want for them?
I think they're valued at like around 8,000.
Yeah, they seem to be 8K.
Breezy is a very nice person, so she's like, well, I'm no expert on the value of magical items, but I think these are worth quite a lot. Especially if someone's being, a little. She looks side eye at Cade. Shady. And she kind of like elbows Shade, like, just jocularly.
She looks at you. Do not touch me.
Oh, sorry. Anyways, so I'll take 7,000 for them.
You will take 4.
No, 7,000. We had to risk our lives to get these.
I do not have that kind of coins.
Well, maybe we can trade it in.
For what?
Something. Well, how much coin do you have?
Enough to purchase it for 4,000 gold and still be able to
4,000?
pay my bills.
Yeah, 4,000 plus a 3,000 trade in. I mean, like I said, these are. I know a lot of, less than upright moral characters would love to have these gloves. I mean, this thing will fly off your shelves to the people who could afford it.
What would you want in exchange? Go ahead, Thomas.
Someone's going to put
I mean-
a hand on Breezy's shoulder and say, Miss Breezy, may I have permission to speak to the shopkeeper?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, Miss Shopkeep, you have identified me as a Yokazi warrior. So you must have some kind of familiarity with my ways of combat.
She raises an eyebrow.
Would this be a shop? Would this be a shop where you might have some enchanted clothing that I might be able to use?
We do not sell clothing here. You would want to visit a different shop, specifically the 8 Silk Pavilion.
Very well. I'm not sure that we can help with the trade in that way.
If you desire a trade, what else might you be interested in? Perhaps I can provide you with a service?
What kind of service?
Scrying, perhaps?
No, we can do that on our own. No offense.
Truly,
Yeah.
you are more powerful than you appear, child.
Oh no, I'm not that strong.
Hmm.
Hold
Well, I
Uh,
do have this, and she is going to reach over to a shelf and reverently pull off a small bag. She brings it over and offers it. This is worth what you are looking for. It looks mundane, but she's telling you that it's magical.
Breezy will look at the bag. What kind of bag? Well, you know what? I'll do an arcana check, just to see what it is. I think I know what it is.
With a 32, yeah, you've heard of these before. So this is the bag of beans.
Bag of beans.
It can be anything. It can even be
They
a
are.
boat.
Oh no, worse than that. They can.
Oh, this thing. No, I've never.
Yep. Nope. Sorry. Okay.
I've never actually seen one of these in an actual game before. Like I've always read them in all the books I've read over the decades, but I've never actually seen one in game. You know what? Breezy is definitely the kind of person who would get sold by magic beans, whether or not they're valuable or not. So yeah, she'll be like, okay.
All right,
This
so
one-
you
this
will
one-
gain 4,000 gold and a bag of magic beans.
We're never coming to Shu again.
So okay, what's 4,000 divided by 6? Divided by 6.
We'll make it easy. I will give you 3,600 gold.
No,
And the bag of beans.
you can give me you can give me 4,400 gold
I will not.
in the bag of beans. There you go. So Breezy starts dividing.
Here's your rolling cough. 4,200. Oh, sorry.
Oh, right. Whoops. Look, man, I'm an attorney, man. I don't do math, okay?
Jimmy's just basically throwing you under the bus as a bad golem programmer with his random talking. That's always getting his revenge for not being able to speak.
Oh, I was thinking of divided by 4, not divided by 6. Duh. Yeah. So she starts. Everyone gets 666 gold, 66 silver, and 66 copper.
And 0.6 of a copper piece.
Good lord.
Yeah, 6 repeating. Yeah.
She smiles. I hope you enjoy your 666.
666 gold, 66 silver, and 66 copper.
You can see Jim Roy's almost shaking to be like he's like kind of like shivering a little bit because he wants to say something and knows he should.
I'll give the 1 extra copper over to Jimmy. There you go.
Your construct seems to be malfunctioning.
You get kicked in the shin.
Ow! Ow! What was that for?
A glitch. Sorry.
Anyways, well, does anyone else have any business with Miss Cade here?
Got it. I've got a question for Mistress Cade.
Yes, woman.
Would you happen to know anything about a place called Valzir?
A Valzir. It does not.
I think that's what it's called. I just curious, but like I said, we're not from this area, and we just heard the name, and it sounded like an interesting place, and just was curious if by chance that you might know anything about it, because you seem like a woman who might just know things.
It is a legend, a story. It does not exist.
Well, would you do you have the time? Would you mind telling us the story or the legend about it?
She looks at you. Please roll a persuasion check. Because you guys have essentially made her nearly penniless.
Hey,
She's not penniless. She's just
all her
liquid.
assets.
She doesn't have any liquid assets at the moment. That
Means penniless. She doesn't have any coins.
Don't blame Jimmy for that.
25.
Well, Valzir. She's going to go over and gesture to the floor. Sit down. We will need to discuss this for a while. Valzir, an ancient place where celestials stride and demons fear to tread. It is said that long ago, Valzir flew, a place among the clouds, a place of power and knowledge, serenity and peace. Then the Great War came, and Valzir was lost. Many have gone seeking it, but none have ever returned. The rumors are that some arrive and never desire to leave. Others say that the place is cursed, and entering means your death. It is a legend. It is a place that is as approachable as the heaven. Should you die, you could find your way there. I am not one who seeks to die so soon, and so I do not wish to walk amongst the celestials. The place is said to be in a mountain range, or in the plains, or even at the bottom of the sea. The place does not matter, for it does not exist. It is an imagination, a place that is idyllic for those who tell the story. I believe that it is a place simply in one's mind, a place to hope for, to wish you could arrive at, and then to be used, abused, and totally forgotten once one reaches the age of adulthood and has put away the stories of childhood. What do you think of Valzir? Do you believe?
Well, me personally, it's hard to wrap my head around imaginary places. But when you saying it's imaginary, but we had heard that it wasn't, and I was just kind of curious. I mean, you never know. Sometimes you go places and people don't know about them, and these other people think they're imaginary, and then sometimes they turn out to be real. But you mentioned if you die, you could find your way there.
That is
What
the
did you
story.
mean by that?
The stories are that when we die, we are taken to Valzir if we are worthy. Those are the children's stories I was told long ago.
That's very interesting.
Were you not told these stories?
No, ma'am. Like I was trying to say a minute ago, we not from around here. We come, me and Miss Breezy over here. We come from way further down south.
Yes. She has stated that she came from my homeland in Fluiden, where the stories were told.
Yes, ma'am. That's where we're from. And I mean, to be fair, I'm not one of those more educated people like yourself. When I don't have one of them fancy library cards, so. I just get to hear about things sometimes, and sometimes I just they're just interesting, and I like to hear more about them.
It's obvious that your accent is that of Mapareed. The country bumpkins don't always get the best educations.
Wow,
Such a
how
shame.
classist.
No,
Wow.
it's true.
Yeah, I'm supposed. I mean, the archetypes are there for a reason, I suppose.
Nero at that point would stand up and say, "I really appreciate the stereo, the story. If it'd be okay, I would like to." And he would reach out and hand her a gold piece and say, "Thank you for your time and the story. We really appreciate it. We like to hear little stories like that."
Indeed. Well, if there's anything else you need, let me know. I am always curious as to those who visit Asatoro.
Yes. Lumi
Uh,
says to her.
Tama will ask Breezy again for permission to speak to the shopkeep.
yeah, go ahead.
Thank you, Miss Breezy. Tama will say, "You identified me as a Yokazi warrior. How did you know?"
She looks at you with a little bit of humor. Your garb, your clothing, your swords, and your bearing. I have seen Yokazi warriors here in Asatoro before. 3 of them over the past 10 years. You
Do you
are
remember their
all the
names?
same. All the same. Always inquisitive, flighty, and generally polite. It's always odd to me, though, that the Yokazi always seek my services. Perhaps it's something dark about the wind. Do you believe that the wind is the same during the day and at night?
Toma will kind of gently shake his head.
Shaky said no.
Yeah, he's gonna say, the dark offers different uses of the wind.
She nods. Your associates that came before, they disagreed. They viewed the wind as the same during the day and night. They came seeking power and found some. I'm afraid that you here are not willing to sacrifice that which is necessary to gain the power that they did.
Well, I'm still a student of the way, and I'm not sure what sacrifices you refer to.
Sacrifices of a limb in exchange for power.
Toma's eyes go a little bit wide. And you gave them this power.
No, I facilitated the transaction.
This is a transaction that intrigues me.
Truly?
Where might I acquire this service?
Here? But is this something you wish to discuss in front of such fresh faces? She gestures to Breezy.
Breezy's nodding off like she's not paying attention.
Jim really kicks Breezy again, seeing that.
Ow! What was that for?
Beep boop.
Well, my inquisitiveness is at work here. I merely wish to know more about former students of the way. You see, this is the first I've ever heard of other students of the way.
I cannot tell you their names, for I was not told. They had discretion where you have pride. You are proud of being a Yokazi warrior. You wear it on your arm. You wear it at your hip. You stride in Asatoro, confident as to who you are and not ashamed. I find it odd that renegades would willingly display themselves. Abba Aranaka was insightful, but an idiot in the fact that he allowed his students to roam.
Tomo kind of furrows his brow at her calling Abe an idiot. Yes, I am proud to be a student of Abe. I try to carry his teachings everywhere I go. Someday I hope to spread them across the land. But in order to do this, I need to know more.
The service that
Where
I
does
would...
this sacrifice take place?
The sacrifice would take place here. But if you wish for the way to be known to others, you will not agree to this. For it requires that you become secret. Become a whisper of the night. Not a bastion of the wind during the day. You must choose now, warrior, whether you will be proud in the light or a breeze at night.
I will walk in the light. The darkness is not a place to stay. It is a place to learn, to temper your strengths, and return to the light.
She nods. Then hold to your morals, warrior. Retain your limbs, and beware those who came before you, for they will not suffer your morality lightly. They have forsaken honor and will strike you in the dark when you sleep. Beware of them. Not all the yokazi are so upstanding and well-spoken.
If they will not suffer my morality, they will suffer my blade.
Shoot, that was cool.
I appreciate your time.
Burn.
She nods.
Tell will just nod and kind of do a little light bow, and then turn to follow the others.
Yeah. If no one else wants to talk to Cade, Breezy will start paying attention again, and she will walk over and extend her hand and just say, "Well, it was a pleasure to meet you, Miss Cade. It's kind of nice to meet someone from back home."
Indeed. And if you visit Rafaj,
I'll
remind
let
him
him.
of me.
I'll give him the skull. I won't forget. She kind of laughs,
Beep boop.
at the end, joke to herself. And does Cade take her hand like to shake it?
Yes.
Yeah. And Breezy gives that kind of socially unaware, really hard up and down shake.
As you shake her
And,
hand, it is that cold, like nearly dead hand grip of a old woman at a nursing home who wants so desperately to have attention that she's going to try to hold on to you for a little bit extra time.
Aw.
And you can feel the
Give her a
bones in her
hug.
fingers digging into your hand. And then she releases.
She just wants her family.
What's your
Cared
soul?
for.
I don't know. I kind of got the feeling we were annoying her. But
Not wrong.
Maybe some of us.
No, grandparents. You can do stay a little bit too long visiting. Maybe lonely, but not that
Excuse
lonely.
Beep
all
boop.
right. All right. It was nice to meet you. Bye. And then Breezy's gonna start heading out.
Farewell to each of you, and may the shadows watch you from a distance. And you
I wonder
guys
what that means.
can depart from here.
Out of character, Breezy, what was the name of the place? The Maga what? Maza what?
What?
From that you're from?
Mabareed.
Breezy's from Mabareed. Yeah.
Mabareed.
MA''BARID.
Okay. I just want to get it right so in the future when I'm portraying.
Oh, that's an interesting spelling. I don't believe that's what is in the wiki. I'm about to go and fix it.
Mabareed is how it's spelled, like that.
That an actual in.
Yeah. So, okay. Oh, you want to go get clothes, Tomo? You want to go to that silk place?
He did say that.
I
Yeah.
would like to stop there.
Yeah, let's go.
I also want to stop by an armor shop.
Breezy starts confidently marching in a random direction.
Okay.
Do you have any idea where you're going, Breezy?
Nope. But that's what makes it fun. This is a whole new city. Who knows what kind of interesting stuff we might find?
Who knows what dumb
Me.
things you might say?
You really are grumpy today.
I mean, I wish you could listen to yourself sometimes, Breezy. That's all I gotta say.
Of course, I can listen to myself.
But do you
Oh,
hear
there's bad
yourself?
Wilson teenager.
But do you hear yourself?
Yeah. How else would I be able to have this conversation?
Sometimes, Breezy, I really wonder that.
So, where are we going?
Breezy's wandering, but we're looking for the silk shop.
Okay.
Silk Pavilion.
The 8 Silk
Is there-
Pavilion. Awesome.
Is there like a survival or is there a check we can make to make it to there without
Yeah.
just
Nero's looking around for one of those maps that say you are here.
So you guys
Those
go
help-
looking
help.
for them. Let's go ahead and, because they actually set this as a survival check, let's go ahead and get that.
Yay!
You want every one of us to
Eh.
roll? All right, okay. Hey, that's actually not bad.
You guys can easily
Plus
find it.
2.
Yep. As you guys are moseying around, you're able to walk in the correct direction, see the sign for the 8 Silk Pavilion.
Like, yeah, on the way there, like, Breezy's, like, running ahead, like, talking to people, waiting for the party to catch up. And then she falls behind, and then she runs ahead again, and then talks to somebody else. And, you know, that kind of, like, really excited person who just, you know, likes experiencing and talking to new things.
The
slash
1980s kid. 1980s
Yeah.
kid in the mall.
Yep.
people. Yeah, basically.
All right. Well, you guys can find the sign for the 8 Silk Pavilion and walk on in.
Ooh, oh, I love these.
As you guys come in, you are greeted by a young woman. She's not much older than Breezy. She comes in and greets you. Ah, welcome, welcome. Are you in the right place?
Yes. This is the 8 Silk Pavilion, right?
She nods and will bow to you. It is. So many all at once. It's
That's what
odd.
she said.
Wow.
My my bodyguard here said he wanted to buy some clothes, so that's why we're here.
Ah,
She gestures at Tomo.
your bodyguard.
Yes.
I will go and get Madame Liane. She
Okay.
will bow deeply and go towards the back, leaving you guys in the shop unattended.
Like Breezy will be looking at like the mannequins and then looking at Tomo, who's like a good 1.5 feet, probably more taller than them. I mean, I guess they're robes. No, they're still, you have to extend them.
What could I sneak out of there with the 17 sleight of hand, Eric?
You want to grab a tie?
Sure.
Okay. You get a very nice tie.
Sweet. Right,
It's got a paisley pattern on it.
Ow, 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 ow.
It'll look good. It matches your vest.
Sweet.
Aye. Nice.
There really seems nothing in this shop that he likes, considering he likes things very, very, we call it basic in that sense, where he wants, you know, like black and white.
The bag of beans, man, we got ripped off. It only has 3
We
beans.
haven't. I mean, you can the crap you can do with the pack of beans.
No, but you know,
It's
I
chaos.
just
It
I
is
just rolled,
chaos.
no, I just rolled how many beans we got, and we only got 3.
Why do you do this?
why
Use
do
your
we let you roll?
inspiration.
Even
Use
you-
my
even roll
inspiration.
lower?
Inspirations for
Reroll that.
D20 rolls. Oh,
God damn it! Why are we not playing 2024? God damn!
Here we
3
go.
beans.
We're gonna take that little screenshot here. And we're gonna toss that in Discord because you literally got the
Wait, hold on.
minimum.
3 beans? What
Wait.
the hell?
You're right, Breezy. We got scammed. We got scammed.
No, I've heard stories, and every time someone buys magic beans, they
They
don't
get
get
scammed.
ripped off. No, they don't get ripped off. That's what the stories say. Yeah, yeah. So that's what they're arguing about when
To be
Leanne probably
fair-
comes.
Yep.
To be fair, you're right. The stories Breezy has read.
Breezy defending her purchase of magic beans.
Because every
Look,
story's always right.
we didn't
Yep.
need food. We needed magic beans.
Exactly.
You do need food though.
Man.
I suggest Breezy go and plant one on this women's changing room and see what happens.
No, it needs to be dirt.
Oh, there might be a pot. Is there a picture of a pot somewhere there?
There's no potted plants in here.
what a
Nice
shame.
try.
Breezy
Oh,
isn't gonna ruin these ladies' perfectly nice shop.
so
She's not.
Yeah.
She's not that mean. She rolled like a 32 to know what the beans are, so she knows what they could do. But
after a couple moments, the woman will come out. Greetings and welcome to the Eight Silks. My assistant said that the Grand Warrior here was seeking clothing. This will be a challenge. We do not usually have people so robust.
Tomo will grin, and then he will turn to Breezy and say, "Permission to speak, Breezy."
I really wish. Yeah, of course. Just for today, all of you have permission to speak whenever you want.
Very well, mistress. He will turn to the shopkeep and say, "Yes, I'm just looking for something kind of in this style." And he gestures to his current clothes that are kind of like light blue with like a light gold kind of wind motif happening on it. They'll say, "Just looking for something kind of in this style that's enchanted to be a little bit more durable. If you have something like that on you."
She is going to pull out a measuring tape. May I? And she's asking Breezy
lot
if
of
she
things
can
kinda
measure
hold his arm
Tomo.
out.
I mean, you need to, right? Go ahead. Tailor away.
She goes ahead and starts measuring Tomo. Well, this will not be inexpensive. You understand, your mistress will likely have to pay. After all, it is unlikely that you could afford anything in this shop.
Tomo will not.
So, I have some fine clothing that we could provide your bodyguard that would make him more resilient than he currently is in these rags. No
Yeah.
offense, but he is dirty.
We've been doing some hard adventuring in the wilderness. It's hard to look good while doing it.
Indeed.
Say what you want.
This appears to have been taken through brambles and rolled around in the dirt.
Oh yeah. Way more than that.
She looks dubious whether she should sell you these clothes. After all, you're already telling her that you're going to put them through brambles and roll them in the dirt, and way more than that. She sighs. The customer is not always right, but if their coins are good enough, then it does not matter. So, I will sell you these clothes, but I will require 1,500 gold pieces in order to sell this to you. It will require some alterations in order to adjust the pleats in order to extend with his long limbs.
This is for the just to be clear, this is the one because there might be situations where I need him to protect me and he's not allowed to wear armor. So just it's the clothes that'll help protect him a little bit, right?
Yes, I will weave special threads of iron into the clothing that will deflect some minor blows.
Yeah. Lumi looks to. I mean, not Lumi. Breezy looks to Tomo, and just says, "Yeah, does that sound good to you?"
That sounds precisely what I'm looking for.
Does Tomo have the gold, or does it need someone to spot him? Because I know
Yeah, I got
Breezy. Yeah, Breezy spent all her gold.
Yeah, I've got it.
Okay. So, you pay it?
Yeah, Tom will hand it over.
Okay. So, she is going to provide you with some very beautiful gray and silver clothing that has a nice embroidered wind motif on it. It's very much on the nose as to this is a Wind Warriors outfit.
That's what.
Very cool.
That's really good. Yeah.
So, this is fine clothing plus 1.
Breezy
Awesome.
is watching. I'm sorry, what was her name again? It was Anara.
Leon.
No, Leon. Sorry, Nara's my. Yeah, Breezy's watching Leon work with this excitement. She's like, "Oh, my best friend back home was a tailor, or at least her parents were."
She nods, acknowledging that she heard you, but she's continuing to work on the clothes, as if that's nice, Breezy.
Yeah, she's though to be fair, we never really worked with silk like this before. It was all like linen and flax and wool and things like that.
I'm sure that they were quite talented.
Oh yeah, her parents were really amazing. They make all the clothes for everyone in town.
Nero's
Jamrolli kicks Breezy again.
Nero's gonna come walking up and grab Breezy right after Jimmy kicks her and be like, "Come on, honey, let this poor lady do her job now. Come on, let's go look at some of the pretty clothes."
No, I want to bust.
Come on, it's okay. Come on.
And they just literally drag her away, or pick her up and pull her away.
She looks after Breezy. Your mistress is quite talkative.
I am programmed to help socially awkward interactions.
Indeed. Do they fit well? Of course they do. Please do your best not to tear them.
I always try my best not to get hit.
Well, I hope that they serve you well. For a bugbear, they do look quite good on you. They hide most of your fur, and you could almost pass for a human.
Oh my.
Well, Tomo starts to grin, but then it kind of slowly fades as the sentence continues. But he will say, "Yes, they are a fine fit. Thank you so much."
Indeed. Have a nice day, and ensure that your mistress remembers that the 8 Silks Pavilion is the premier place for clothing.
Tomo will nod.
Have a fine day. And she stands there with her hands clasped in front of her. Obviously, it's time for you to go.
Breezy's, I want to buy something too. just let go of me.
She starts to go over towards the counter, and because she sees 2 guys manhandling a woman, she's about ready to go get a weapon.
Well, yeah.
Well, technically, I'm not a guy. I'm in disguise. Remember?
Right?
And the other's a robot, so technically asexual.
Okay.
But,
It's a woman in a construct, and the construct can say, "I am programmed to diffuse socially awkward situations."
look, okay, you can stop now. Look, I want to look. I'm tired of wearing the same outfit all the time. I want to buy some clothes too. Like, let me go.
Beep
Stop
it.
it.
Her?
Jimmy will let her go.
Okay.
Breezy will sigh and readjust her clothing just to make sure everything fits. And she's just like, "Look, these kimonos are really pretty. Can I'd like to buy one? Do you have one that has a snow theme?"
We can embroider one, but it will take a couple of hours. We do not get much snow here in Asataro.
Okay, well, we have some other business to do. You could take my measurements, and then we have some other business, and then we'll come back and pick it up. Does that sound good?
Of course. And
Thank you.
she walks over to the little dais over there for you to stand on so she can go and measure you.
Yeah. And Breezy just wants like normal fine clothes, I guess.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know how much that would cost.
It's 50 gold,
All right. Yeah, she'll pay that.
but these are nobles' clothing.
Yeah.
So you will fit in all the way up to a noble's situation.
Yeah. She's she's excited. She's been wearing these same clothes that we've been, eaten by monsters and dunked into corruption with.
Sure.
Even though she's cleaned them, like this still,
Oh yeah,
like,
they're corroded, etc. Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, you can absolutely get a Asian styling of a kimono or a gi for your friend Breezy here. So instead of a European outfit, she's more Asian themed now, full on anime.
Yeah, well, she'll buy one really nice kimono, like probably something similar to that one right there, and then she'll buy if they sell it, like more practical every day-to-day clothes too.
Even their practical clothes are very fancy, so those are going to cost you 10 gold.
All right, she'll buy another, like a more practical set for 10 gold, and or order it, I suppose, and then she just.
We will gloss over the 2 hours that you guys need to get them embroidered, etc.
Oh well, because Jimmy wants to go talk to the armorer,
Right.
so we'll go do that while she's working.
Yep, and we'll gloss over the fact you came back and picked them up.
Yep.
Cool. All right.
Is it possible for doesn't matter.
Would
This
Luminostra come out of the sanctum for clothing?
She would very much like to do so, but she knows that a woman suddenly appearing out of the middle of nowhere will attract attention. So she's somewhat keeping herself in self-imposed exile in the necklace into a moment that's an opportune moment for her to get out and get her necklace back.
Okay. Cool. So
if a moment like that appears where
who has the necklace right now?
Breezy
has it. So
yeah, Breezy's carrying it.
You would have to wait till Breezy leaves the shop in order to pop out without generating suspicion.
Yeah, I would. I mean, happy. I could make a roll or something just to kind of so there is some kind of chance of failure.
Well, you can see outside of the sanctum when you want to.
I can, yeah. True.
So you don't have to roll that. It's just when Breezy leaves, you can pop out. Do you choose to do so?
She does.
Okay.
She eventually comes out.
Do you want to come back into the shop?
No. I mean, there's nothing in the shop that. I mean, she would very much like to, but what I really want to do is what I sent to you.
Okay.
She will come out and it's like, so you guys managed to sell everything then?
I think
we
so.
sold everything they were going to sell.
Well, there isn't much left in a sanctum. We still have there's still some things, but not a lot. I think we did good. Sorry, Breezy, may I have my necklace back?
Oh yeah, here you go.
And she'll take it and put it back on herself, and say, "Where are we going then?" Oh,
I'd
by
go
the
to
way, Tomo,
armor shop.
looking good.
Okay.
An
Yeah,
armor shop.
I do like the
Okay.
robe, Tomo. That's my generalized color scheme of liking white, black, and gray.
I wouldn't mind looking for something. Perhaps a smith will help us. You say you want to go to a blacksmith?
Yeah, I've been wearing this armor since Namrat.
She looks at it, trying to understand. It's like armor. Yes. Are you actually wearing? Is it how did this previous equipment fit into his
So
Warforged body?
Warforged, what they do is when they
Yeah, what
when
do
they
they
go to
do?
wear armor, they integrate it into themselves.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, basically like it permanently attaches to them until they decide to remove it. Like it can't be heat metaled off, and it can't be like pried off, but I can take it off.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah. I just a quick question, Eric. What was Leanne's full name? What was her full name?
You only got Lady Leon, or Madame Leon, sorry.
Okay, Maddie. I'll call it. I'm adding her to the wiki though. So.
I will just go ahead and... Here it is. Pow.
Yep. Madame.
Madame Leon and her assistant... What was her assistant? Her assistant was Hua Jin.
Ooh, give us a Huaji.
Hua Jin.
Thank you.
Cool.
So do we see, like, can we see, like, assuming the smoke and everything coming from behind the main tiller, that would be, like, the area where the blacksmith would be coming from?
Yeah. And because you're doing these entries, I'm going to go ahead and toss the art in the Beneath Fallen Skies for you.
Please, if you do that. Great.
There you go. That help?
Yep, perfect.
All right, so you guys go looking for the armor smith, and will find your way to the 5-ring forge. As you guys walk in, it's hot. Very, very hot. Ooh, that's...
Luminastra's funding herself. Oh my, it is too hot in here.
As you walk in, you are greeted by a young woman who looks at you. Workers?
Oh no. Customers.
She snorts. Fine.
Well,
Oh man, it's
Jim
really hot in here.
Jim Rowley whispers over to Breezy, "How long are we planning to stay here?"
However long you need to get whatever.
Well, I meant nap tomorrow because I'll come here to work on if we stay later. But if we're just leaving like tomorrow, I won't volunteer or have you volunteer me.
We might stay overnight. I mean, what time is it right now, Eric?
2 p.m.?
In game, yeah, it's in the afternoon, so it's like.
Okay, Jim Rowley was asking if we're staying like days or we're planning on like leaving fairly immediately.
Yeah, we're probably leaving tomorrow.
Okay, so he'll be like, okay.
Yeah, we're probably leaving tomorrow. Oh, is anyone else getting a little dizzy?
Oh my dear, you
may want to step outside. We wouldn't want you fainting into a fire.
Mistress, do I have permission to?
Yeah, go ahead.
Myself
Yeah,
here?
do whatever you want. I think I'm gonna go sit down. Oh. She's actually gonna leave the forge.
Apologies, my mistress does not do well in warm climates.
The woman looks at you. What do you want?
I need, preferably, +2 plate mail if you have it.
For something like you?
A standard suit will work.
Fine. She's gonna go over and talk to another woman The other woman looks over. They both nod at you. We can do it. They speak in unison. And they will come over and start measuring you. And they're using rulers, not measuring tapes.
As given the fact that I am almost proficient in blacksmithing tools, I'm gonna guess I would know that this is correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
It will take 3 days, though.
If you had a big, strong golem helping you, would it help you? He's pretty strong. He can temper some stuff pretty strong, pretty well.
He can carry the coal.
Well, I say he, but I mean, he is a robot, so it's not really it. I should say it is pretty strong. Sorry for my bad words.
They look at the construct here.
Let me speak with my mistress to make sure of the time frame.
They nod.
And Jimmerly will bow to them in deference, He has spent plenty of time in Shu. He knows the rules.
Mm-hmm.
And he walks outside and goes to Breezy and goes, I need 3 days for my armor.
It's gonna take him 3 days? I don't know. I mean,
Let's look at that to make it.
it'll make sure you don't get stabbed. So I think that's worth the time investment.
All right, I'll keep myself out of trouble, and so you don't have to look after me. I'll be here helping during that time.
All right.
And so Jimmy will walk back in again, bowing to the two women. My mistress has agreed to the time frame and has requested that I assist you guys in any, or you madams, in any way possible during the creation of this.
Breezy's like, outside. She sneezes. I didn't say that.
Please roll a persuasion check, sir.
Persuasion.
Look,
Persuasion.
it's like when you go to your one parent and like my
I'm using
other parent said I could. Yeah.
I'm gonna use my inspiration on that.
Okay, you're going to use inspiration on that? Try to
I rolled
convince
3.
2 women to allow you to help them?
There it is.
With the 26, they will allow you to assist them in making a +2 suit of plate armor.
Eric,
Okay?
that's very nice.
So, we are going to have to go do this crafting thing, though.
That's fine.
So, we are going to need to go ahead and do that. And so I'm pulling up the armor here.
I have it up, so it's a matter of like how you want to, like, there's the crafting of the armor, but then there's the enchanting of it. Let's see, it's armor cost. I was looking at it for my own stats and stuff like that as well,
Yep.
for my own builds, because it's different than how we did it before.
Right.
So
Cool. So, they're going to go ahead and it should have taken like 4 days to do this, but
Yeah.
we're going to go ahead and gloss over that because these are pros.
Yeah.
Oh, actually,
Lumi will
like,
I
will
10
love
days.
ogre.
ask. She will. I'll let you guys deal with that. I will talk later.
Okay. So, we're going to get a blacksmithing check. We're going to roll theirs, and they have +10 on this check.
I will be assisting one of them, I guess.
Okay.
Because
So, need you to go ahead and roll your blacksmithing check, please. DC is at 20 to make
I was
the clear.
assisting.
Oh, you're assisting?
There. I'm assisting, yeah, because remember they didn't want me
Right.
actually doing the work.
Cool. So they got a total of a 32, which allows them to successfully make the plate armor. That also went above the check by 12, So we get some fun bonuses on this, right?
I gotta move my. I have a
Pulling up-
giant screen, but I have a giant cat in front of it because he's a
Understood.
jerk.
So with a 12, you get 2 boons on top of the armor here. Please roll 2d20.
2d20. 119.
Wow.
Very nice.
All right, so I'm going to have to create a new item for you here. The hit points of the item are doubled.
Not worried about that one personally, but that's cool. Not gonna
Okay.
complain.
Yeah, it's magic. It's not going to take much damage, so.
Well, magic items can take damage. It's there's indestructible things that don't. And then this is perfect balance. So if this item is a weapon, which does not matter, if this item is armor clothing, whenever you roll a 1 on a d20 when you make a dexterity, whenever you make an acrobatics check or dexterity saving throw, you can roll 1d20 on again, and you try it again.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah, so acrobatics check.
Or dexterity saving throw, which is
Yep.
both of which for me are not well. Dex is my second lowest save,
Right,
and
so-
my acrobatics is 0. So I'll take it.
All right, so we will get that done, and then the enchanting, right? In order to get this enchanting, the enchanting, they will also be doing that. And
I'll also assist with that.
yeah, they don't have
Right.
the best enchanting here, but theirs is going to be +8. So
Is
Mhm.
I'm wondering if we could. Oh no, that's fine. Please continue.
you want to help somehow?
I could assist them on that, on the enchanting check. Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
So would you like to be the second roll on this?
what is the role?
It's
Just
your
wondering if there's
enchanting
any
tools. So it would be your enchanting.
So it's usually proficiency plus your stat. So it'd be like charisma plus proficiency.
Right.
Okay, 5, 6, 7, 8. Will be a +8 on a roll. Just for one skill check.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yep.
Yeah, I can help.
Okay.
I'll do,
So they got a
roll
20.
20 +8. Let's have a look. Ooh, 24.
All right. So a 44. We are going to get 3 enchanting things here on the armor. And then enchanting boons. Here we go. So the enchanting boons here. 2d20, please.
Go on,
2d20.
Jamie.
Oh wait, only 1d20 because we're doing the +2 armor, right?
17.
So just the 1d20. All right. So this is a self-preservation system. Whenever you are critically struck by an attack, you can use your reaction to transform into a creature of the GM's choice with a CR equal to your proficiency bonus.
Cool.
What?
Once it's been activated, it cannot be activated again until the next dawn.
Of the GMs. Yeah, that's cool.
All right.
That's
So,
cool.
you can choose to use this if you desire to.
Yeah.
All right, and that'll
That's
be
pretty
whipped up during the week for you. I don't have time
That's
to do it right now.
perfectly fine. Yeah. You're gonna have to whip up something else for me too later. But me and the hat have a conversation.
Right. All good. Cool. So, over the next 3 days, this will be crafted. You're going to be busy for 3 days.
Can I roll blacksmithing checks
Yes.
for my proficiency?
Yep.
Let's roll 3d20. 35. I think that actually makes me proficient now.
Awesome.
Oh yeah,
Sweet.
you're way over.
That's really good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Luminostra, you will have to spend 1 day here doing the enchanting. So,
Yeah, no,
Just heads
that's
up.
fine. Lumi decides to help, and it's one of the things that she wants to do. Obviously, she will talk to these women while they work and help and everything else. And this is what she's trying to find out is that obviously she is proficient with glass, glassblower's toolkit as part of the enchanting, and I wanted to make a rod of the pact.
okay.
I don't want to buy one. As I mentioned before
Sure.
in the chat, I think it should be something that she makes that somewhat solidifies her pact with her patron to some extent. So I'm wondering, would it be possible to create one in these facilities and she
Yeah,
spend the money
we can
and go
create
to buy
one.
the
It's based
material?
off of bone. Do you have any bone that you would like to include in this?
She wouldn't be making out of bone. She'll be making out of glass. So she
Out
would
of
want to find
glass.
special. Yeah.
Okay.
This is why this is the kind of thematic thing. With all of the items that you also seeded in terms of her staff that is in the chest, is being all made of glass.
Okay.
So there's a bit of she wants to make kind of a very strong, obviously rod, but out of like of this, using special, whatever she can, like the things to make the rod, basically. Not
Understood.
bone. Yeah.
Cool.
Does it make sense?
Yeah. So you're able
How
to
big
go
is
ahead
that?
and let's. You need to go ahead. They're not glass blowers, so I'm going to ask you to go
They will
ahead
be
and
doing
craft
that,
this yourself.
Yeah, that's fine.
So I'm going to go ahead and this counts as a weapon.
No, it's well, yeah, I suppose
For the crafting.
for the crafting. Yeah.
Yeah. So pull this up. Let's see if I can find one. Okay, so the DC for this is a 17 to create the
Yep.
wand. So
Mm-hmm.
and it only takes 8 hours. So I need you to roll your crafting check, which would be based off of enchanting in this case.
Based off the enchanting. Okay. Yep. I'll roll the 1d20 plus 8.
Okay. 1d20 plus 8. And you've got enough time during the 3 days to try this twice. So with a 27, you succeed by 10 over.
Yep.
All right. So with 10 over, the quirks. There we go. Oh, I messed something up there. 1 second.
So it would be it would be a +2 rod.
Right. So I believe you got to the +2 off of that.
Okay.
So just double checking. Yeah, you got to +2.
Yep.
You did not get a quirk on the.
Okay.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. But yeah, you're able to do that. It takes you 8
And
hours to make, and it is a very nice glass rod.
Yeah. And then that includes the enchanting.
The enchanting is included into the +2, yes.
I will remove. It was 4,000 gold, wasn't it? There would have been 4,000
Yes.
gold. Okay. She would have spent 4,000 gold on this.
Okay.
Thank you. That's what she
Awesome.
wanted to do. She would have spent the remaining days there.
Okay.
It was just 1 day, right?
Yes. So
Okay.
1 day making your rod and enchanting it, and then another day enchanting the armor for Jimmerly.
Yep. That's what she would have done.
Okay. Anyone else need to spend any time here at the forge during these 3 days?
Yeah, Nero just wants to know if they've got a +1 shield for sale.
For sale, they would have 1 +1 shield for sale that they don't have to craft.
How much do they want for it?
The shield would be 1,500 gold. Yep. Jimmerly almost beat me to it.
Yeah, I know so many things off that same item list off the top of my head.
Eventually, I need to
Yeah.
rework that thing. There's some prices on there that are unreasonable, but we're not doing that today.
So he'll buy that off of him.
Okay. Cool. It's got a dragon motif on it. It's pretty, but yeah, it's black and purple with highlights of green. Interestingly, the dragon has 2 heads, each facing each other.
Does it look like Earthrixian?
New. Roll a history check.
Oh shit! All right, hold on. Here we go. Do-do-do-do-do. Huh, one of the few of them I'm not good at. Yeah, I don't. Yep.
You have no idea who that is. Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's all good.
Cool. But it's a pretty shield.
Yep.
And it doesn't have to be a giant one either. It can just be, you know. Almost
Yeah,
a
that's kind of
buckler.
what I was leaning towards. Something more like a buckler size, anyhow.
Sure. Anyone else need anything at the forge over the next 3 days?
Would they have? Are braces of defense considered armor or a magic item?
Magic item. They would not have bracers of defense.
Okay.
That would be more from the 8 silks. If we want to go back there, we can check mark that for you.
Yeah, we're going back there.
Yeah, actually, yeah. I'll go with Breezy to go pick up her dress,
Okay.
and then I'll ask if they have any
They do.
available.
Those cost 6,000 gold, sir.
I've got 1957.
That's a
We
good
did
year.
just sell those gloves for 4,200 and 3 beans.
There's a guilt trip there.
It was actually 4,003 beans. So you got 666 gold, 66 silver, 66 copper.
So I think if you do all the conversions, that should get to 6,000.
Okay.
Let me just double check the math.
Uh-huh.
Almost got 1,400 if you need it.
1957.
Yeah, I've got
It was 40,
plenty.
4,200 gold from the
That was
gloves?
split between the party.
Oh, yeah, that was between the party, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you,
so
got,
it was like-
you got 666 gold.
666.
So you're at like 2,700.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you're, what's that, 33 short?
Yep. But
I got 1,300. I'll give you.
if you would not mind,
Yeah, it's all yours, bud.
that would be great. So that way I'm not constantly dying, having to
Well, I mean, that's
Yeah.
not going to change
everyone
anything,
healing me
sir.
and picking me up as like frontline.
All you
Yep.
all you have to do is reset time. Easy. What are you talking about?
I
Yeah,
will.
you can take the 1,400 from Tomo as well. I
Oh,
think he still might be missing a little bit, but
let's roll
okay,
a persuasion
yes.
check to get the discount to cover it. Cover the difference.
Well, if I'm getting 33 from Nero and then 1,400 from Tomo, that'll more
Or you
than
get
cover.
1,300. 13.
13, sorry,
and then-
not 33, 13.
Yeah, and then 14 from.
And persuasion
you get
check.
27.
Come on, charisma. Come
Oh.
on. I need it. Please, God.
I said it beforehand. Roll it again. There it is.
All right, you used inspiration on that, Nero?
Huh?
Did
No,
you-
I was
Oh,
helping.
you're helping. Okay, understood. You're helping. Understood. Got it. Cool.
I'm just a shy little man in a very woman-centered city.
I
I'm a
love
little nervous.
that.
just a shy man.
Just a shy German man.
Shy German man, yeah. All right, so yeah. Why do I think that that is based off of someone? Just saying, that sounded way too. The fact that
Come
you're
here,
smiling
Sonny.
right now, sir, means that I'm right. That's based off of someone. Okay,
Come here, Sonny.
so she will sell you bracers of defense, but you have consumed gold from both Nero and Tomo and yourself.
Yes. I will make Deus will make a mental note that he owes people money.
Stay safe, don't die.
Exactly. I got loan sharks. I got loan sharks. So that's the big enemy. I don't
Lumi
know
feels
about monsters.
Lumi feels the threads of death in the air as you guys are doing this.
Mm-hmm. It's not a lone shark,
was
it's a
the-
lone bugbear.
Indeed. Just for bookkeeping, Eric, what was the name of the two blacksmith and their shop?
Those should be in the file names, but the one on the right was Aoki Ren. I'll put that in chat for you there.
Thank you.
And the one on the left, where is she? She's got to be here because I put them all in an organized fashion. Here she is, Master Daisuke.
Oh,
She's the one on the left with the
Aw,
without the bare
Master
shoulders.
Love. Master Love, okay.
Oh, forgot I had to fix that too.
And what was the name of the shop again? Sorry.
That is the Five Rings Forge.
Nice, good deal.
Not to be confused with 8 rings? Or 9 rings, whatever that Disney movie was.
Marvel movie?
So
The Legend of the Five Rings is Legend of the Six Rings was the
Six Rings.
was the movie. Legend of the
Okay.
Five Rings is a trading card game from way back when, and a series of books. So I'm also going to give you guys a couple pieces of art here so that Lumi can do her thing.
Yes, please.
There you go. That help?
Yep. He certainly does.
Cool.
This is definitely a lot better now. Now I have a base of 15 instead of you needing mage armor to get to 15. And with mage armor, that'll put me up to 18.
You can't stack mage armor and braces of defense.
Yep.
Braces
Yeah.
of defense are considered armor.
Oof.
I don't think that's true. Because
It doesn't say in the description of it. It doesn't say. It just
Doesn't
says the
count as
target's
armor.
base AC becomes 13 plus its
I
dex
want-
modifier.
I want to say, maybe I was wrong. Hold on, maybe I remember. Hold
Yeah.
on. It was supposed to,
Braces of defense are one of the few
They
ways
do.
that wizards can do that.
yeah, they do work with mage armor.
Yeah.
Sorry, people saying Jeremy Crawford did they work together. I was like,
borrowed so much money from people and it just gets wasted. I buy this, I'm like so excited. I go to cast mage armor, it just doesn't work.
All sales are final. Please remember. All right, so you
All
guys.
right, cool. We got some cool new digs, and we have half a magic bean for all of us.
You're not gonna live that one down for a while. 3d4, 3.
Sold a pair of gloves for 4,000.
Oh, man. Look, man, they're magic beans, you know.
I'm just glad I didn't roll it for you.
Oh man. So we were there for 3 days.
You're in
while we're
Esther
waiting
for 3 days.
One, Breezy would spend at least one training session trying to finish with her chainsword, so she'll find some time during the evening in like the yard of whatever inn they're staying at to practice. So let me roll that.
Okay.
Roll 1d.
as long as you need 4 points.
1d20. Yeah, she gets it.
She's proficient in longsword now.
It's almost like people were
And-
keeping records for each other.
Yeah.
So, and then the other 2 days, because now that we're in town, she actually has like a mortar and pestle. She wants to try that iron spring recipe she got because she has an iron spring sprig
Okay.
and a rock. So she is going to try and do that whole thing.
Okay.
Um,
What are you trying to
Alchemy, is that
make?
what you're doing?
she doesn't know because the recipe doesn't say what it makes. It just says what to do. So she's doing what it says to do.
Okay. So she's just doing what it says to do. Okay. So
Yeah.
let's go ahead and get her crafting check. And this is based off of intelligence, and you are proficient in the book.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, find a rock that is weathered. Okay, blah blah blah. First lesson of the iron root elixir is vitality is borrowed. Blah blah blah. To vigor. Okay. Find a fresh sprig and a fragment of weathered stone. Place them together in a mortar. So she does that, and she starts grinding them into a powder.
Sure.
Combining the rock and this iron sprig.
Uh-huh.
And then she whispers the phrase, "As root clings to earth, so shall strength bind to form." Then she mixed the dust into water from a running stream, which she can get from the river.
Yep.
If prepared properly, the liquid will thicken like sap. This is the foundation for many warden brews.
Mhm.
And then earth remembers root bind, but fire test. Fire is not destruction. Okay, so what? So she has to heat it over, hold it over an open flame.
Right?
So at whatever inn they're staying at, I'm sure they have a fire,
Of course.
like a earth. So she is going to take the liquid she made and then stick it over the fire. Let's see. Yeah, when the liquid no longer smokes, it has accepted the fire and has been strengthened. If it burns away, you were impatient.
Right.
If it does not change, you did not listen to the stone before adding the flame.
Right.
So yeah, she's going to try to do that.
Okay. So
She
you,
has no idea what this makes.
so as you do this, it's going to sit in the fire for over an hour. And eventually it stops smoking.
She'll pull it out.
Okay. You pull it out, and your liquid has hardened into what looks like almost a crystal, but it's in a little puddle at the bottom of the container that you were using.
Liquid crystals.
So it's now solidifying. It turns into what looks like almost glass. And now you have a glass rock that is harder than steel.
Yeah. So this is what warden alchemy is.
You pull it out. It's pretty. It'll make a great necklace, but that's all this is at this point. Is it's a glass rock.
Huh.
Please roll an insight check, Breezy.
Yeah, she has no idea what.
Let's
Oh,
find
I
out.
actually rolled really well.
With
Wow.
a 21, there was that line that said form follows function in there, and you forgot to apply this liquid to something.
Go mold.
You need to put this in a mold or apply it to a existing surface, like a weapon or something else. You can craft something with this. So what you crafted was a blob. And you've learned how to do it, which is great, but you made a rock.
It's a shiny rock.
It's a very shiny rock. It's really pretty, but yeah, without applying it to a weapon during the process or putting it in a mold to make a specific shape of it, you've got a little pebble of siren root.
Okay. She's just like looks at it. All right, she'll
You learn something.
put it in her pocket. Yeah, she'll put it in her pocket. Shoot, I need to find another iron sprig root. Dang. Oh well. Because that was the only one she had.
Right.
But pretty rock.
Where are you doing this?
She was literally doing it at the end. They were
Lumi, if would you have been doing close to everybody, or like would you be trying to kind of keep it to yourself?
No, I mean, like she's just like sitting at the table, just doing it that evening after she practices with the sword.
Okay.
So yeah, she's
out the fact that you needed a more spring root, or
I'm sorry, what was that? I couldn't hear you.
sorry, did you exclaim or speak out the fact that you needed more of this root?
Yeah, she would say that. Yeah, she's just like
Like,
she would tell the others, "Oh, I think I messed something up. I mean, it's just a rock. I don't know.
have you? Lumi kind of looks at you, and well, perhaps Dulce's hat should be able to provide you another sample. As she
Oh,
sits
right, dude.
opposite to you on the table.
Can
And sits down.
I borrow your hat? Deus? Deus.
Sorry.
Deus.
Oh, he's deep in his research, writing again. I see.
Deus. I need to use your hat.
Amadeus.
Yes, I have the hand off the hat.
Thank you.
I didn't realize I was reading something, and I was like fully absorbed into what I was reading.
Let's see. Messing up this potion made me say frig. Being this upset makes me want to swig some alcohol, which would be bad because that would make me sad. But I would like another iron root sprig.
Okay. And a little sprig of iron root will fall out.
I think that makes the limerick. If I think I did the things right.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I'm a genius.
There we go.
She says as she pulls it out.
Lumi makes a face at that, just like, yes, Brissy, you are.
Yeah.
And she shakes her head and she kind of looks towards those.
She
Well,
she
now
will
we
try-
can try again.
Yeah, she is gonna try again.
Oh God.
Except what would she put it on? Any of you guys want me to put this stuff on your weapons? I think that's what it can be done for. Like you can coat something with it.
What does it do?
Is it a coating or a mold? Like
You can coat a weapon with it permanently.
okay,
What does it put on the weapon?
I don't
She
know.
doesn't know.
this stuff, but there's a book about it, so it's got to be good.
Can
Is it a ritual identify to figure out what the effects of it would be if it were to be put on a blade?
Sure. Once it's on the blade.
So we gotta put it on a blade, then I gotta identify the blade.
I mean, Breezy, pulls out her little camp knife, and she's like, "I have
Yeah,
my
I'm
dagger. I could do it
Yeah,
on, but I mean,
I have the dagger as well.
but
You can try it on
it'd
this
be-
You have
rapier.
multiple use. Like, can you use
Sorry,
it
what?
more than once?
I couldn't quite hear you. What was that?
Sorry, I was asking, can you use it more than once?
The weapon once it's coated, or will yeah?
The coating. The
The coating
coating.
itself, can we put it on multiple weapons?
No, it is one.
One
you're gonna
dose,
get one
basically.
dose.
Okay.
And it's permanent on the weapon.
Yep.
Yeah. If you want to put it on this, rapier,
like-
by all means,
Yeah,
go for it.
yeah. Breezy,
Oh, the
Breezy,
rapier is a
takes-
good choice. I think.
yeah, Breezy takes his +1 rapier, and yeah, she will start the process again. Let's see, what was the what magic? She grinds it up, and she gets another weathered stone, probably pretty easy to find out in the backyard.
Yep.
And then she grinds them up and just says, "As root clings to earth, so shall strength bind to form." And she mixes it with the water from the stream, and then she starts waits till it thickens, and then she puts it in the fire again.
Okay.
And then it takes another hour, I'm assuming.
Yep. As it comes out,
And-
you put it on the blade.
Yeah. So as it comes out, she hurriedly starts coating it onto the rapier.
Nero's rapier. Okay.
Yeah, Nero's rapier. Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. So as it goes onto the blade, it coats it in this near glass-like surface. You're able to spread it up and down, almost like an oil, but you don't want to touch it because it's glass hot. But as it coats the blade, this very transparent, crystalline sheen goes over the rapier. It's very pretty.
You said it's still like super hot.
And for,
Well,
the better part
until-
of 10 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, until it cools. Yeah.
Fritz is gonna pop out.
Fritz is going to pop
And-
out.
Oh no, the demon ferret.
The demon ferret.
Let's see how far resistant
Demon
demon armor
ferret.
is.
He said we're gonna see how fire resistant his damn demon.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Deus will kind of look at Fritz and just think. You want to put the armor to use? Fritz will just. Fritz will look down at the sword. See
Lumia looks
it.
at Fritz and say, he means to test it on you, Fritz.
Fritz looks at the sword. Back to Deus. Back at the sword. Back at Deus. Plug it, why not? And he's gonna jump on the sword.
Okay. So, as
No, wait,
Fritz
it's
jumps on the
still
sword,
cooling. It's not ready yet.
1d6.
Fuck it, why not?
He will
As
suffer
he-
6 fire damage.
And oh yeah, he poofs because his hit points doesn't update with the armor. It's just his AC.
Right. So, he had 1 hit point. He suffered 3 times his maximum health. The familiar burns to a crisp with a nasty, acrid scent of burnt hair that will suffuse the room.
Fritz, as he's before he just poofs out of existence, he just looks at Deus fully in flames and just like, nope, and then poof, and he's gone.
Breezy
that didn't
tries
work.
desperately to fix the smudges on the what was previously a perfect coating
Deus
before it cools.
will predge it up, make it remove the smudges.
Okay.
Lumi, quite like in a strange sense, some thought comes to her mind. Just I might, like, oh god, all of the abuse and threat and things that all these spirits, these familiars have to go through because of their masters. Imagine if they ever rebel.
No, I take good care of Archimedes. Breezy says that she's gonna carve like a little or not etch a little snowflake at the base of the blade, like right above the hilt.
Okay.
Just put her little maker's mark. It's gonna be hard to see because it's crystal.
Sure.
But it's there.
Please roll a sleight of hand to make it pretty.
Oh, how fast? Wait, hold on. Let me see. How fast can I cast? Borrowed knowledge. Yeah. Let's see.
In response to Lumi talking about
It's an action. So yeah, she'll cast borrowed knowledge on herself, and then
You're doing this in our room, right?
no, she's doing it out in the common room because that's where the fire is, and then she had to do it pretty fast.
We have not figured it out yet, Tomo. We're getting there.
So I have proficiency in this, so add +4 to this roll.
Alright.
So 23.
23, yeah, you make a very nice, very detailed snowflake.
Yeah, just really small there at the bottom. But if
I
anyone
like
looks
the
close-
dichotomy that the thing does fire damage.
I didn't say it does fire damage. It was hot.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yes,
sure.
yeah, it wasn't finished yet.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, we're testing the heat resistance of demon armor.
Okay, it
Yeah.
makes sense. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Breezy, she waits for it to cool so it's nice and even and the edges are presumably sharp. And then she looks at it and then she hands it back to Nero.
Okay.
I have no idea what this does, but thanks.
All right, you're welcome. So Nero would just look at it and be like, "Well, I mean, it looks like my hey, Miss Deus. You said you can look at this thing and figure out if it's any different." Because
I will tell you that the Arcana check for this is a 22.
If I use identify,
If you identify, you just get it.
I will ritual identify.
You're ritually identifying. You've got the pearl.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Cool. So, and this was put on the +1 rapier that Nero had.
correct.
All right.
Correct.
Cool. So I'm going to send this just to our friend Deus.
While the ritual's happening, he'll turn to Luminastra. Luminastra, if you could hear the conversations I have with Fritz, you would understand the things we go through, as he's just focusing on just drawing symbols. We have been through quite a lot. We have
I
let shit hit
understand.
the fan more often than not, and he's just focusing on drawing symbols. But at the end of the day, we have an understanding. And then he will complete the ritual.
He jumps on swords for you, and do you do the same for him?
No, he shit talks me.
Oh, okay, fair. He does shit talk you. Actually, he's very good at it, I must say.
God dang. He should. Okay.
Okay, so once the ritual's complete, he'll hand it back. Well, this is blade. If a creature were to try to charm you or paralyze or perhaps even petrify you in fear, you can give yourself better odds against those effects. And I'm gonna just copy paste that. It's just advantage on saving throws. You can invoke it to get advantage on saving throws against charmed, petrified, paralyzed.
Cool.
Definitely handy.
Mm-hmm.
Let's look for Medusas.
Is there like a limitation on that, like it's proficiency, or just whenever as many times I want?
No, it says once per long rest.
Once per long. Did I miss it? Okay. Cool.
It's not overpowered, but it's a handy thing to have.
Yeah, no, that's really cool.
What is the ethnicity of people from Fluiden? Let me ask you, Breezy.
Fluish.
What?
What?
They're fluish.
Fluid. They're fluish. Thank you. I'm just interested, I mean. we learned a lot about you today to a certain extent. Well, the other day, the Mistress Kaede had the. Who was your master again? The one who stole your work?
His name is Rafash.
Ugh. Why is always the ones you trust the most that always
Wait, Eric, how
the ones to betray?
you didn't get an age for a Mistress Cade, did we?
You do not get
She
an
said
age.
she was-
She's
She
old.
said she said this happened like 300 years ago.
Okay, yeah.
She did
Yeah,
she did
she's
say
very
that.
old.
So at the very least, 300 years old.
Probably
and well-
at least
oh, she's-
301.
Yeah, she probably like because she said this happened 300 years ago, and she said it happened when she was a young girl. So
Right.
she's about 300-ish, give or take, like a decade or two.
Never mind, I would not have recognized her.
You would not have recognized her. She was not in your circles.
Yeah.
Like, even if you guys had existed at the same time, she would not have been involved in things you were involved in.
Yeah. And Deus probably would not have gone out of his way.
Oh, no. I don't think Deuce fills the stereotype
focused.
of a skirt chaser.
No, he is.
Even before the accident, I don't think he would have been.
No. He was very much keep to himself.
That's my notes.
Focus on his work.
Here it is.
Kind of keep it to those who need to know.
Yep.
Nero, keeping face, would walk over to Breezy and go, "Thank you, honey. I'm so glad you were able to melt those whatever those things were and put it on my dagger. I sure do appreciate it."
Yeah, apparently this is Warden alchemy. I mean, I had no idea what that is, but it was fun to do.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty good at that alchemy stuff, but that's a new one even for me. That's pretty good. You
Well-
learning a lot pretty fast.
Yeah, Breezy reaches into her bag and hands him the book. If you want to learn how to do it, here it is. I mean, I already read the whole thing, so you can have it.
Oh, cool. Thank you very much. I'll add it to my inventory.
The book is called Iron Root and Ember, space, a guide to Warden alchemy. I could just copy paste it. There we go. While we're in town, I imagine this is day 2. So day 3, the day the armor finishes. Can Breezy buy a book, like a book about how to, like, I don't know, a language book or something like that?
Sure. What language are you looking to learn?
Let's see. So it has to be something pretty common, I imagine. So
Long common?
she already speaks common, so she speaks.
You don't speak you don't speak long common.
You don't speak long common right now, do you, Breezy?
No, I do
I
not.
speak it just fine. Thank you very much.
What did she say again? I really can't understand this language.
It's okay, honey. Bless your heart.
My heart.
What language does she? No, she already speaks. Primordial,
For
Draconic.
those not in the know, long common is a running joke in the Tuesday group.
Oh, I have no idea what. I didn't catch that at
It is
all.
spoken by the people from the Hekimoto Island.
Yeah. It's a running joke that modern slang enters Toivoan nomenclature.
Like skibbity toilet
You're right.
and
What?
things like that.
Oh,
Okay, I don't speak long common then.
Now we know
Right.
Dan's actually 12 years old.
What?
You know what? She doesn't speak Dwarvish, so she'll look to see if there's a if anyone has a
For Dwarvish, I'm going to make
Dwarvish.
you roll an investigation check, and you're going to shoot for an 18.
8. Ooh. Haha! But luckily, I have borrowed knowledge of my favorite spell.
Give me a
So, oh wait, no, I'm already proficient in investigation. Never mind. That doesn't work.
Jimmy could have taught you Dwarvish too, because he speaks Dwarvish.
Yes,
Yeah,
but he
but
would have
it's-
only taught the certain words. So
He
you
would-
were
he
able
would-
to
he-
find
to
a
be
book
fair-
on Dwarvish.
Yay! Yeah, other people get bored reading dictionaries, but Breezy likes doing that. Dwarvish language primer.
I'm
Yeah, I
autistic
imagine.
when I actually read the dictionary when I was a kid.
Mine was
And-
Encyclopedia Britannica. I read a lot of that as a
Yeah.
kid.
And yeah, that's what she's going to do on the third day, and that's it for the, I guess the little time skip we're doing. Yeah, there we go.
Cool.
Yeah, I think Lumi will just practice on her calligraphy in the last day. She's gonna stay in the inn.
Awesome.
So I'll just roll the 1d20, which was, I can't remember what it was. The bonus does. What was the bonus? I forgot.
Now, because
I
of a message I received 2 or 3 weeks ago, we're going to go ahead and do something that someone forgot.
Oh no.
Oh, yes.
I forgore.
Nero,
Ooh.
during one of the evenings, your choice, first, second, or third evening.
I'll tell you what, I'll roll the dice. I'll let the dice tell the story. Roll 1, 2, 3. On the first one.
Very first evening. Very first evening, Nero is going to escape from the rest of the party and head off into Asatoro by herself, in disguise. Nero, you will find your way towards a little tea shop hidden off near the fringes of the town. It's pretty. And this is what you've been looking for. You walk in and you don't see anyone around, but the candles are lit and the place settings are ready for someone to sit down.
He would look around and obviously notice all that and go promptly take a seat where he can he's facing the exit.
Okay. As you're facing the exit, you wait. And you wait some more. And you will hear a single chime from somewhere in the area. It's too short for you to identify where that came from. And then a woman comes walking in from the exit. Hello.
Hello.
We did not expect a guest today.
Apologies. But I'm here.
Remember, you're in female disguise right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. We did not expect
I'm
a
sorry,
guest
ma'am.
today.
I'm here though.
I believe you may be lost.
It's quite possible. I'm not from here.
Are you here for tea?
Yes, actually I am. Yeah. That sounds good. Do you have sweet tea?
She looks at you. It can be provided, yes. And she will come over and grab the teapot. One moment.
Absolutely.
She is going to go through a sliding door to another room, leaving you here seated. You look around, Nero. You're getting a familiar vibe. Something a little ominous is here. You're being watched.
Naturally.
You're being watched, and can I get a perception check, please?
Mm-hmm. It's not great. Not bad.
With a 13, you don't see where you're being watched from, but you are being watched. The woman will return after a few moments. So, it is rare that we have guests here. What is your name?
Well,
As she begins to pour the
some
tea.
people, most people call me Nereid, Nerita, excuse me, I'm sorry, Naril, and you know I'm an auntie for the most part, so yeah, Auntie Naril.
Auntie Naril, your story has flaws. She blinks at you.
By whatever do you mean, honey?
You were confused about your name. And who calls you this?
Well, of course, if I'm going to talk about being called auntie, it's going to be my niece that's going to call me auntie.
Interesting. What is your niece's name?
Well, I don't really understand why I'm being questioned by a woman who's just supposed to be making me some tea.
She pours you the tea. Idle curiosity.
Well, I appreciate your curiosity, but where I come from, it's a little disrespectful to just question your customers.
She will sit down. We do not usually have customers, and so I am unaccustomed to the niceties of such interactions.
Okay. Well, that's okay. We'll let bygones be bygones, and we can just start over. So, what is it that you exactly do here? Because if you tell me that you're not used to customers, but yet you're serving me tea like that's what you do, I'm not 100% understanding with what's going on here.
I am simply being hospitable to someone who has walked into my home.
Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. This is your home? I thought this was just a place where I could get some food and something to drink. I do apologize.
You're very welcome. Please, do you like the tea?
He would take a sip of it.
I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw. Never mind, you're immune. So, let's go ahead and move forward.
Okay. Yeah, it's actually pretty tasty. What's that particular little twangy flavor you got in there?
She blinks at you. A special blend of herbs and spices. There's 7 of them.
They're pretty tasty, but I noticed that you're not drinking it. Here, would you like some of mine?
She smiles and will pour her own tea from the same teapot. Roll an insight check, please, Nero.
Yeah.
The 23, when she pours the tea from the teapot, she rotated the teapot so that it pours differently, from a different angle.
Mm-hmm.
The tea that comes out is a slight shade different. This kind of teapot has a barrier inside of it that has 2 different teas.
Yeah. Assassin's Teapot. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder who would have that.
I would have said I'm I'll forgive how rude I am. Let me pour it for you.
She will take a drink of the tea, believing you don't know what's going on.
No. All right. Let's see.
So,
How do I
what
wanna
brings you to Asatoro?
Well, we're just passing through. We're trying, me and my group and my little niece. We're trying to restock on our way to out of town. Really, like I said, we're not from here.
How delightful. I hope you have safe travels. Would you like a meal?
Ready to poison.
Sure, why not? I mean, it depends on what it is. Is it something that's customary to this type of area?
I was going to make lo mein.
Oh, that sounds lovely.
Do you cook?
I mean, I have been known to make a pretty mean banana pudding from time to time, but I don't know about. I could try. I might be able to help you.
I would enjoy your presence, Naritha.
It's Narina, but okay, thank you. Yeah, sure, I'll help you.
She smiles. You said Narila earlier.
No, pretty sure I said Narina. It might have come across as an L.
Yeah, he came across as an L.
Yeah, it's the long common.
It's the
actually,
long
you know,
common version.
It's the long common. It's the accent, so I gotta apologize for that.
She's going to stand and gesture to the kitchen.
Oh, by all means, after you, ma'am. I'm not. It's not my house. I'd hate to go into another woman's kitchen.
She will lead you into the kitchen.
They'll get up and follow her in.
Okay. You look around.
So what exactly would you...
There are way too many knives in this kitchen.
That's exactly what I knew you were going to say.
Way too many knives in this kitchen. There's
sure do have a lot of
cleavers and
silverware in here.
slicers and paring knives and boning knives and paring knives. It's knife city in this room.
You sure do have a pretty good selection of silverware in here. What exactly would you like me to do?
I would like to see you chop the vegetables.
You just want to watch me chop the vegetables? Okay.
Well, I
what
prefer the
vegetables would
noodles.
Okay.
And she will
What,
provide you with a
where-
basket of vegetables.
Okay. Any particular way you want me to slice these up? You want them in, just the long ways, short ways, crossways?
Do you know how to julienne?
No, ma'am. I sure don't. I'm not quite a chef.
I would like them to be about an inch long and cut into small rectangles.
Okay, I can do that. He'll grab one of the pieces of vegetables and start chopping.
All right. Let's see how good you are at chopping these uniformly. Sleight of hand check, please.
All right. Pya. Oh, and I'm going to use something else here. Hold on. I'm going to use my... Where's it at? The psychic knack ability.
Okay.
So I can roll an extra D8 on top of that.
You're two.
Horrible. So
A 12. So you're able to cut vegetables. They're passable. She looks at you. I'm thankful for your assistance.
Absolutely.
So, how long are you planning to stay in Asatoro?
I believe we're going to be here for a couple of days. A couple of my party members are they're in the process of doing some shopping and some crafting of different things, and then I think after that we're going to be on our way. Why do you ask?
She continues working on noodles and will extinguish a candle near the window. I'm simply curious as to your activities here in town. Idle conversation. My family is always looking for knowledge of the goings-on in the area.
Your family? So, does that mean you have more of them here than just you?
Yes,
Your mama, your daddy?
my husband is in town.
Oh, what? Might I ask who your husband is?
She smiles. He does not really matter, but his name is Takeda Jiro. He's a passable young man. Still getting the hang of things. We have not yet had any children.
Oh, well, that's a shame, honey, because you know what they say, half the fun of having children is trying to make them.
She smiles. Practice makes perfect.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So what is it that you and your family do here? If you don't mind me asking.
We are trade. We perform various trades and are merchants of various goods that come in and out of Asatoro. She's telling the truth.
Like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so you just run do you run a shop here locally somewhere?
Oh no, we sell wholesale only.
Wholesale. Oh, so you one of those people that likes to take the stuff right off the ship and then you distribute it out to the different shops.
We pay people to do that for us, yes.
Oh, interesting, interesting. So I'm going to ask you a question. So Eric, I would have known she tried to poison me, correct?
Oh yeah.
So I'm going to ask you a funny question here. Just out of curiosity, how come you tried to poison me earlier and you turned that teapot a different way?
She takes the knife that she's got in her hand and continues slicing the noodles. Because I did not know who you were.
Oh.
And
So,
I don't believe that you came here by accident. I'm still deciding whether you are going to be leaving or not.
Oh, well, that's a shame because I didn't come here under any ill pretenses. I just happened to be wandering around and I just managed to find this place and I thought it was, again, like I said, I'm not from here. So I apologize. I thought this was just another store.
I don't believe you.
Well, I'm sorry you feel that way.
I believe you came here for a purpose. To make contact with the House of Flowers.
Well, I'm not going to say I didn't come here to do that because, to be fair, I wasn't necessarily coming to your house. I was looking for a certain person that may be affiliated with the House of Flowers, but I wasn't coming to your house. Now, unless you're the person I need to talk to.
She turns and looks at you, and she still has that kitchen knife in her hand. Let's be plain. Either you came to visit the House of Flowers and talk to me, or you were an old woman who has stumbled into her death. Which is it?
Well, it's funny you want to put it like that. And he'll basically take the disguise kit. He'll drop the disguise spell and say, "Ma'am, my name is Nero. I was looking for a contact of the House of Flowers. However, stumbling upon your home was pure accident."
Well, the home is simply a cover, obviously. You can come out, Takeda, and stepping out from behind you in a swirl of smoke, a figure you've seen before.
I was going to say, haven't I seen you before, big dog? I think I saw you outside somewhere.
So, what is your business with the House of Flowers today?
Well, my business in particular is just seeing if there's anything that I need to do. Checking in with, the House of Orchid specifically. Do we have any jobs that need to be taken care of? Things of that nature.
Jobs. Well, there is an individual here in town that could use some persuasion to change some prices for us, if you're willing.
Sure, absolutely. What is the name of the individual?
Madame Yakin. I will put that in chat for you here.
Any particular type of persuasion you'd like us to inflict or propose?
Well,
and any limitations?
She is an old woman, and the apothecary, we wish to increase the prices of healing potions by double. We'd like her to stay alive. After all, she's quite skilled. But any persuasion that you can lean on would be appreciated.
Okay. And what was your name again? I'm sorry, I missed that. I didn't catch it.
She smiles. I did not give it. However, you may call me Madame Chio.
Would she happen to know who you are?
She would, and she should not.
Hmm. All right. Well, can I ask? I mean, I know we stereotypically have a payment system, but where do I go to collect after I finish this job?
Well, the collection would be here. I will provide you with a token that will grant you a favor from a future house.
Okay. All right,
Like
sounds
favors
good.
From the House of Flowers.
Favors are always benefactor.
Yep, we trade in lots of favors.
Well, is there anything I should know about Miss Madam Yekin? We actually did some business with her earlier.
She is old and easily manipulated. Should you fail this, you should retire.
Well, to be fair, I was on a hiatus when I found this one, when I found this job. So if it happens, it happens. But hopefully it won't. I think I should be able to do okay.
Good. If you can, do this without bringing attention to yourself. It is best for us not to be traced.
Understood.
A pleasure working with you, Naritha.
Yes, ma'am, and it's you as well. And he'll use the hat to disguise himself back as Madam or Auntie Neril.
Nareel?
Yeah.
Not Narina?
I'm gonna get it right. One of these days. You keep confusing me. What I put in here?
Yeah.
Let me go back and double check.
So I got Nareel, Narila, Narith.
I said it. I put it in chat early this week, and I'll be damned if I can remember what I put in there. Let's see. Yeah, Auntie Narina. There we go. See?
Okay. She's calling you out on the fact that you don't have a consistent story. All right. So, as you are ready to depart, they will stand at the kitchen door and watch you leave.
Mm.
All right. And we can go back into the town, and you can rejoin your party at the inn.
I wonder how you're gonna explain this to us.
Oh,
Or whether you're gonna need our help at all.
I'm gonna need your help.
Oh. Nice.
So, you're able to go and visit them at the inn that they were at.
So
He
he
will
would
not be back to the night of the third night, so you guys
Yep.
are aware.
Okay.
right. So Nero would basically systematically come around and get each one of them to kind of say, "Hey, I need to talk to you guys for just a minute. If we can kind of conglomerate somewhere, more of a private nature, maybe somebody's room, something of that nature."
What's up?
So y'all know I'm part of the House of Flowers, right?
That's what you said, right?
Right. So I was reached out to by the local contact, and they have something here that they would like us to do, or like me to do. However, it's not a questionable thing. It's just maybe slightly frowned upon by some of y'all. You remember the old lady we met originally in the apothecary, Miss Yekin?
Yeah.
Well, we need to go pay Miss Yekin a visit. And the nature of what we're going to have to do is basically convince her that she needs to charge double for what she's charging for her healing potions.
Why?
Because that's the nature of what they told me that they wanted. I don't ask why. I just execute. This particular house here, from my understanding, is a manipulation of the trade market in the area. They kind of control pricing the economic ebb and flow, if you will.
Well, I mean, I guess we can ask her. That's
Yeah, and the
we can
thing
always
is,
ask.
there's no harm intended. It's more of a convincing type of situation, but she also doesn't want to be known that he's the one influencing them. So it would be basically just maybe us going in there, various forms, disguises, talking about asking for healing potions. Maybe some of us going back in there and saying, "Hey, we used some of your healing potions. They were so great. I can't believe you charged so little for them." Things of like that nature to try to convince her that she needs to charge more for her potions. If you guys don't want to help with this, you don't have to. It's just it might make it a little easier if we have more folks doing it at a time, especially considering we just bought potions from her.
I mean, yeah, I mean that's fine as long as we're just saying like we're just trying to convince her to raise the potion prices.
Mhm.
That doesn't sound too bad.
Maybe we'll start off with maybe you and I should go in there and portray the whole auntie and niece effect and talk about the potions we bought from her and how well they performed and that we can't believe that they were so cheap, and
Yeah,
really
I'll
try to
tell-
just really lay it on thick and convince her like how much she should be charging twice these. We
Yeah,
went
I'll-
somewhere else and they were charging 3 times as much.
Yeah, I'll say that. Well, she doesn't believe Fluiden's real, but well, let's see where. I mean, what other places would I have bought potions from?
Well, we could say that we went out of town, and then this would be day one, so we would probably have to go back in a day or so, give it some time. But, we could say that we went out and used the potions, and then when we came back, we stopped somewhere else, and somebody else happened to have some potions, and they were, 2-3 times as much, and that she's shortchanging herself because her potions did so much better. Yeah, I mean, we could say. She may frown on this, but we could say that we got some potions from a Mistress Cade, but even though we know she doesn't like her. And he would look at Luminostra and be like, and if you don't mind, you were in there with us as well. I think you could actually be a very good influence in helping us here.
I could. What?
Yeah,
what
I
do you
mean-
how?
You do know from experience, Breezy is an absolutely terrible fucking liar. She's really you've seen her lie, and she's not very good at it.
Right.
except
you
when
would basically-
except when Lumi's trying to pry into her past, and then for some reason she always rolls like a 19.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
So you would basically you would be the emphasizer to me being the liar.
Okay. What is the benefit to us?
So, I'm glad you asked that. The benefit being that I would be provided a token that would allow us to get a favor from a different member of the House of Flowers. Which right now may prove to be fruitless, but maybe down the road while we're looking for some information or somebody or whatever we may run into that may come in useful, come in handy.
Interesting.
Favors go long ways, especially when they're open-ended.
Well, perhaps in a Feywild they have weight, but here in a material plane, mortal words are just as fleeting as their lives. What guarantee we have this token is actually going to be useful?
The token being, the guarantee being that it's from the House of Flowers.
Not sure, but I'm not used to your organization and your ways, but you say that this would be useful then?
Yeah, it's a bit of a trust, a lot of trust, and a slight bit of understanding more than anything. But yeah, let's just say favors can go a long ways with the house.
Well, we do need a. She lowers her voice. We do need a way to keep them off our scent or guessing what. Perhaps. Yes. What do you all? What the rest of you think? She specifically looks at like Tom O'Dell's
I mean,
and Jimmy specifically.
Jimmy's not there.
Her eyes lands at Jimmy at the end.
Jimmy's not
Jimmy's
here.
not there. He literally spent day and night at the blacksmith.
Oh, he's not here.
Between practicing, helping, being useful, and whatnot, he spent all his time at the blacksmith for these 3 days.
I mean, all we're doing is trying to convince her to make more money. I don't see there's anything wrong with that.
Well, what if she doesn't?
I'm sorry, what was that? I couldn't hear.
What if she doesn't want to make money? She's happy
Well,
with the prices as they stay. What
Well,
is
then
the?
we-
What is the? What do
Well,
we do?
then we failed. We can't. That's it.
Is failure an option, Nero?
For me, if we fail, it would mean that I would basically no longer be a respected member of the House of Flowers and would serve them no purpose, which could be detrimental to me
That is
and maybe
not
you guys
good.
as well.
There we go, Breezy. I suppose he answers your question.
No,
I
mean,
suppose if we absolutely had to, we could get physical, but I don't think we'll have to.
what? No, she's a little old lady. We can't do that to her.
That's what I'm trying to avoid. That's why I'm trying to get some of the more charismatic, some of the more eloquent speakers involved to help us convince her without
Let's put
having
it
to go that route.
You know, Breezy, if it's not Nero or no us, it will be somebody else who is methods will be less gentle.
See, it's a very good possibility that if we fail, then the next one comes back and maybe Miss Yekin won't be here when we come back around, if you catch what I'm saying.
Breezy, this is scandalous to you.
Yeah, no, she's frowning and she's just. Why would you work with someone who would do something like that? She's a nice old lady.
It's just the nature of the organization that I work for. Sometimes we have to do things like this. If you'd rather not participate, I won't hold it against you.
Well, no, I don't mind convincing her. I mean, what you sounded like, that was fun, like trying to convince her to raise her prices. But I mean, like if we don't do it, they're gonna kill her.
I wouldn't necessarily say that. There's possibility that if we can't successfully convince her, that maybe somebody else comes in down the road behind us and they try to convince her, and then they fail as well, and then they just kill her because of it. It's better that we convince her to do it now.
Why do you work
versus-
for these people?
'Cause it pays the bills.
I mean, Breezy looks at the pile like this. She only has 600 gold left, but she'll take out her purse and she'll hand it to him.
Aw.
I do appreciate that. However, the gold it's not for me. I have people that I try to take care of back in Lostmore.
Would they be happy if they knew you were working for killers?
Probably not. Probably not. Probably not. However, it's kind of one of those things where me and the mom have a teensy bit of an understanding that she doesn't ask where I got the money from. She just lives off of it and takes care of the 2 children.
Breezy's frowning. Like I said, I'll try to help you convince her prices, even if it just means no one gets hurt. But like, you should stay away from these people.
Yeah, like I said, it's a means to an end, and it may end up being my end one day. But sometimes we just have to do
You
things
know,
we don't
Nero,
want to do.
adventuring alone has proven to be quite lucrative for us.
This is very true. This is very true. However, we haven't done much as of yet, so until we start doing some, I've got to generate a little bit of street cred, if you will, so that way, if down the road we need the House of Flowers, this token will come in handy. And something tells me that with us in search of the Sky Island that we are, maybe we could use that token down the road.
Let's be honest. We know that they're, well, we are at somewhat a race against time with the House of Flowers. They are attempting, at least some people within the house, is attempting to get to Valzir before us, and we are competing in that interest.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know. They don't yet know. I hope she looks at Nero as in Nero's eyes. I hope they don't yet know that it's us who are, well, their competition. So perhaps, ingratiating ourselves to other members of the house, learning more about. Because what was her name again? The lady that runs your house, Nero, the one that you were that is working with that we are working against.
The one who's actually avidly seeking out the heist.
Yes, that very one.
That's the one that you Breezy so eloquently likes to call Blorkid.
Lurkin.
Okay. To be
Otherwise
honest,
known as Elira.
to be honest, I like the code name Blorkid, and we should really use that from now on. We should try
can
to
do that.
learn as much as we can about her enemies. We may have to leverage. Well, this is a not ups, not a well, an organization that it's not a nice organization. It's the simplest way I can put it, Brizzy. But we may have to get our hands dirty a little bit so that we can try to navigate these new relationships that we have to try to come out on top.
Well, it's just like, all we know is that they're trying to get those plans too. I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean they're as adversarial as you're saying they are, but
I'd like to find out if they are. Maybe.
I don't. Like I said,
Yes,
I'm not too concerned about that. That's months in the future, and that's on the other side of the world.
Breezy, it is not about just the ball at the Beltane state. They had all of our leads have also been searched by the Blockade. It is not just the state. They are looking for the monastery. They are looking to deal with the merchant pirate guy and and the asylum. I'm sure we will find members of the House of Flowers in those places. Whether you like it or not, they're gonna be present in all of this.
The thing we have
Yeah,
to be
but that doesn't mean
about-
they're yeah.
The thing we have to be careful about with inquiring about, and he'll put up his fingers and do air quotes, Blorkid, is the lady of my house, Miss Valaris, believes the Blorkid to be her most trusted assassin. They are, for lack of better words, attached at the hip. Whatever she's willing to do, whatever the Blorkid is willing to do, she has the full support of Lady Valaris. So we have to be careful if we go against Blorkid for any reason. It could arise to be a negative image, if you will, and could bring the whole house down on top of us.
Okay, but what about the old lady, though?
So I think that our best approach with the old lady is to go in and literally just try to convince her to raise her prices. It could be as simple as going in and saying, "Ma'am, I cannot believe how well your potions did us justice. You should really charge more for your potions."
That sounds. Well, I mean, that, like I said, that sounds fun. I'll do that.
Yeah, I think we should totally just try to go in and convince her. And if she has any questions as to why, Breezy, let me or Lily take over from there. But I would love for you to just be the badgering 16-year-old girl that you are, and can just do it overwhelmingly, trying to convince her on how awesome her potions are.
Okay.
And that she should just be charging more for them.
I mean, they are a little bit cheaper than than the ones I've seen in Fluidin, so I mean that should make sense.
There you go.
But like I said, she doesn't think Fluidin's real.
That's okay. You can use that for fuel. Go for it.
I mean, she is kind of dumb.
Now Breezy.
All right, yeah, like that's fine, I suppose.
All right. So I guess would you guys like to try to do this now, or would you like to wait a little while?
Well, like what time is it? It's not like the evening, is it? Like
That's up to you guys. When would you be approaching them with this information, Nero?
Well, let's see. That was the first evening that I found the house.
Right.
So
Evening 2?
let's say, yeah, I'd say probably let's go there like maybe around lunchtime the second day.
Okay. Would Deuce have any feedback on this?
Deus is not very charismatic. But he also has realistically no qualms with the House of Flowers that he is aware of. The fact is that they know of our existence is of concern to me, but ultimately I cannot imagine how much they have been able to pry about my past from individuals. I believe we should err on caution, but I see no real problems as of right now.
We'll do our best. I will do my best to make sure that when it comes to prying eyes and prying of knowledge, from me at least, I will do my best to leave you guys in an enigmatic state.
Someone's going to look over at Nero and he's going to say, I think no problems right now is the operative word for days there. What if the house approached you and asked you to remove this old lady because she wouldn't sell her potions for more?
I would ask for specifications. And if the specifications were whatever I deem, then more than likely I would probably convince the old woman to pack up shop and leave. And if so, meaning maybe I would pay her some handsome amount of money to leave the shop altogether. I would avoid trying to actually harm the old lady if I absolutely have to.
You know, Nero, if you had the coin, you could just buy out her stock. That would serve the same purpose of having to raise prices for whatever she has, or make the stock disappear.
Could try that too. That's always an option.
I don't think we have that much money.
I think actually, technically, I think we bought up almost all of her healing potions
Yep.
when we were in there.
She had like
She
6
buy
left.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just
I
buying
think that I think your approach to removing her sounds reasonable, but I guess what I'm leading to is, what if your house asks you to do something you don't want to do?
If it's something along the lines that I find immoral, because we all have to do things sometimes that we don't necessarily want to do. But if it's something that goes against my code of conduct, it's against my morals, I would probably decline the job and deal with whatever consequences came with it, which I can tell you would be detrimental to my health, for a lack of better words. But yeah.
Come on, nuts. I will help you in this endeavor.
I appreciate that. Your skills, I'm sure, will be valued, if nothing else, due to your intimidating presence.
I can be a little persuasive if needed, but the circumstances here don't allow me to speak.
Perhaps we could put you in a disguise?
Eric,
Yes.
while they're
I'm just
talking,
imagining someone with eyeliner.
But the disguise is we go get Tomo a kimono and I put a bow in his hair.
Some long eyelashes and he just blinks.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Lumi?
we have a room in this inn, don't we?
Yes. You guys need to pay for the room, which is going to cost you 1 gold per person per
Which
day.
is fine. We will sort out this at the end of the session, I suppose.
Sure.
I will stand up and say I have something to do. I think we need more information. And she's gonna go to the room. Lumi will walk to the room. And when she gets there, she's gonna take out her quadrant and she's going to scry on the shop on the old lady.
Okay. Cool. You're
I
going to
want to
scry
know
on the
what
shop?
she's doing. Yeah.
Cool. So,
I'm gonna initially scry at the shop. I have been in the shop, I've seen it. I wanna see what is going on in the shop right now.
okay. So you scry on the shop. Awesome.
Mm-hmm. Anything
There's
happen?
no saving throw for scrying on a place you're familiar with, right?
There is no saving throw.
Right.
No.
Cool.
I just I turn on the TV and he appears.
Sure.
Anything going on there? I want to take a note of all of the potions and things that she has.
Yeah.
Keep kind of try. Oh, is there anything specific that would help us in this endeavor of trying to? Any supplies that I can identify, or
You can look at all the potions. You can look at
Yeah.
the herbs on the center table. You can see the candles in jars. You see the candelabra at the top. You see the skylight.
Mhm.
You see the wood floors, the tables.
Is she anywhere to be seen
Nope,
during the 10 minutes I'm watching this?
she's not.
And does it seem the place is locked or closed?
The doors are closed at the moment, but they were closed when you guys arrived, so.
Yeah. Okay. She stops crying on the house again. And she will wait like half an hour and then scry again in a place to see if there's been any changes, if the old lady is there or not.
So you wait 30 minutes and you scry again.
Yeah.
The candles have burned down a little bit.
Okay.
The shadows have lengthened.
She'll wait a little bit longer. She will wait the full length of the scry to see still any movement, and there has been none. So that would have been like an hour and it would have been an hour and 10 minutes doing that.
Okay.
And she would finally scry on the old lady
Okay.
to see where she is.
Cool.
And then that would have a saving throw.
Okay.
And I can tell you what the value would be. Spells.
You've met her before.
I have met her before.
You don't have a body part or a likeness or a picture, and you don't have any part of her body, so it's a +0.
Yeah, it's +0. So she DC 19.
She got a 19.
Am I able to do anything in regards to this?
Can't silver barbs her.
No, a lucky one will work with this. Yeah, no. She kind of. Yeah.
She just rolled high. That's all that happened here.
Oh no, which is completely fair. She had a +2, and
Yeah.
kind of Lumi gets a little bit annoyed the fact that it didn't work.
Yep.
Okay. From there, then she's gonna be doing that for a while before, so the others can continue doing whatever they're doing.
And the cauldron allows you to scry how many times?
As many times I have spell slots for, so I would have rested to do it. The cauldron doesn't have a limit. It's just my spell component for scry.
Okay, understood.
The cauldron specifically has a
Gotcha.
thing that says it can be used as spell component
Right,
for
for
scry.
scry. Understood. All good.
Otherwise, I would have needed a component that's worth at least 1,000 gold.
Right. So you're using the cauldron as the component and using your own spell slots to do this. Understood.
Exactly.
And taking a short rest between to refresh. Gotcha.
Yes. Yeah. I cast it only 3 times, so it would have been one short rest. Would have been.
All right. So you guys are Looming. Do you report back to the party that you've scried on her?
She will go to thing and kind of describe the room and talks about the thing and talk about the herbs and everything else that she has and explain to everybody whether if this information is any use. Obviously, there are many ways in which we could force this woman to raise the prices, deal with her supply, where they should find out who. I tried to scry on her, but if we couldn't find out where she gets the supplies from, perhaps we don't have to talk to her, but her suppliers and force the suppliers, to raise their prices for whatever reason. She will have to raise her prices herself in return. We don't necessarily have to talk to her. There's other ways in which we could make this happen. But
That's a very good point.
Lobby would have explained everything.
It's a very good point. Unless she's harvesting her supplies herself.
Oh, yeah, rumors as well. We could use rumors about a herbal plague. Say that her potions are bad. Then we're going there and exclaiming and saying that they're amazing. And we could also spread rumors around the town. And you look like somebody who can make yourself look like someone else. You could start spreading rumors about her potions being bad and giving some sort of rash or some sort of herbal plague.
How would that
be true? Of course.
How would that raise her prices? That would make her prices go down.
Well,
I have an idea. I have an idea. That's actually you said
no, not necessarily.
You said something that is actually rather ingenious. What if we systematically just started spreading rumors around the town that we heard of a plague that was coming from a different direction, somewhere, say south, and that the only way you would be able to have any sort of deterrent from the illness, or only ways you could use to once you contracted the plague, was to have a healing potion. And her being
There'll be more people wanting to buy them, you see.
Yeah, it's
so
right.
that's probably a better idea.
Yeah, scarcity. That's
scarcity.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Or supply and demand, increasing demand or decreasing supply. Yeah.
We could start it off we could start it off by a simple conversation with her and say something along the lines of, "Hey, we left and we've returned really quickly to ask if you had any more healing potions." And we could plant the seed that there's a plague coming and that
Yeah.
her healing potions would be in high demand.
Yeah, we buy up her current stock. She thinks that, oh, demand is going up. She wants to raise her prices. That combined with us saying how great the potions are.
Yep.
That
And then
that
at
yeah.
some point we could pitch it and be like, "Boy, I'm glad we got these before you doubled your prices, because
Yeah.
you're going to make a fortune here before too long."
I mean, yeah, that makes sense. The problem is, eventually the market's going to correct itself when she realizes there is no. Yeah, that's the issue. How long does she have to keep these prices doubled? Because
As
be
long as
fair.
people are buying her potions. I mean, what I meant by the rumor mongering, if we were to tell the populace that there is this plague, they will all rush to buy potions. And yeah, she will buy some, but eventually she'll run out of stock because everyone wants those potions. We just have to make the threat credible.
but there's also the fact
look,
that
yo,
that would raise all prices of all potions, and we have to raise specifically her prices. Like, who else sells potions in the city?
the matter. It's just the sheer fact that she is, but her potions are raised. But
For
other
the rest of
people's
the city,
prices,
yeah, we're concerned
Well,
with her prices. And
yeah,
eventually,
because
if that's the case, if there is a panic buying that we're trying to incite, what will eventually happen is the rest of the markets, the rest of the store fronts will run out as well.
isn't that what they're trying to do? Why would they want just her prices to be raised?
That's
What is their goal, Nero?
I asked, and he said he doesn't know.
Yeah, I don't exactly know what the goal is, but I do know that they work in the trade, so to speak, with economic manipulation, which is essentially what we're doing here.
They might well be sitting on a large stash of healing potions, and they waiting for the prices to be raised so they can dump it all, pump and dump. They say, right?
Mm-hmm. It's entirely
That's
possible.
probably what they want. So they do. I would expect them to do that. But
So what if?
well, they haven't told you, have they? So, well,
Right.
unintended consequences of not giving the proper details on the job, I suppose.
Well, some of that falls on my part for not asking all of the details. I'm not exactly. I haven't been in the house for a very, very long time, and I have been on a hiatus for a while, so that's some of that comes to a fallacy for me. But all this being said, what if we start off with Breezy and Tomo? We're going to do something that we probably shouldn't do, but it's risky, but I think it'll be beneficial. But if we have Breezy, Tomo, and Mr. Deuce run around town and have Breezy just frantically spreading the word of there's a plague coming, like town crier aspect, and
Breezy's once again looking like, no, what? No. Like, I can't lie like that. I mean, that's serious business. I mean, it's one thing to convince her that her potions are worth a lot, but like lying about a whole plague to a whole city, that's. Haven't you ever heard the story of the boy who cried wolf? Lying is bad.
all right. Well, I tell you what, I'll trade off with you. Luminostra, would you mind going around with Tomo and spreading the word that there's a plague coming?
I won't be running around and screaming.
No, I don't expect you to. It just, however you feel that you can
Eric,
incite them.
could we someone make some sort of mechanic for this? If I were to spend an amount of gold to pay off a bunch of people to spread those rumors around the town in the next couple of days,
Sure.
would we roll something and me and Tomo was like, Tomo, you happy to help me with this?
Tomo,
I
would
don't know if
you
Tomo
assist?
likes the idea of the plague rumor spreading.
You do not. What would you rather do, Tomo? What do you think is the best course of action here? Let's not lose focus on the goal. We want to well, at least Nero to ingratiate himself with his old organization, the House of
mean,
Flowers, so that we can get some sort of
we might be
focus.
overthinking it. We could
Would it not
first
be enough to just let her know that she needs to raise her prices or she'll be driven out of town?
Hmm. Sorry, could you say that again, Tom?
Yeah, I don't know if my mic's that great
We
right
can
now.
hear you.
It is okay, don't worry. Yeah.
Would it not be enough to just convince her that her prices need to be raised or she'll be driven out of town?
Extortion. Well, yes, we could use a
Not extortion,
threat.
just if she
Well,
doesn't do
no.
it, somebody else is going to drive her out of town.
Oh, well, coercing her to say that she has. She'll have questions. She'll want to know who.
I really think we should just try, convincing her that her potions are amazing, so she raises the prices on her own.
I
Like-
could bind her.
She's not that smart, so like maybe we should just do that first, and then if that doesn't work, you start doing all this crazy stuff like convincing an entire city that there's a plague coming and things like that before. Let's try to do the simple stuff first before we start getting into this crazy, threatening people stuff. I don't like that.
All right, if that's the way y'all want to play it, we can play it that way. We can start off just by trying to convince her that her potions are extremely undervalued and that she sells them for too cheap.
Yeah, breezy nodded that. That's. Oh man.
Nero would slip off to the side and kind of whisper to Lumi, I kind of like the plague idea, but...
Lumi is right now wondering whether she just goes into her room, conjure a flock of familiars, sends them to the apothecary so they can just destroy all the potions. She looks at you as you say that. Oh, yeah, well, there are many ways of getting this done. You say that the house does not want it to link it to them.
That's what I was informed, yes.
If the worst comes to worst, I have a way to ensure that the prices they're raised.
Let's keep that on the reserve for now.
She nods. Right. Okay. We should eat first, though. I am hungry, she says.
Oh,
it's like ever since being this size, and she kind of gestures at her medium size. It's like I feel very hungry.
Yeah, you burn more calories that way.
Tell me about it. Oh, man.
Right.
All right.
Anyway,
I guess we grab something.
So you guys grab
food,
dinner? Awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, I believe so. I will. It would have been 3 nights, right? So 3 gold. I'm gonna just remove the 3 gold.
Okay.
Just like in total, remove 5 gold in terms of like should we eat and stuff, and
Sure.
I'll take 5 gold. out.
So what was she charging for the healing potions when we were there? I think it was just the normal price.
Normal
It was
price
like,
of 50 gold.
Oh, for it's just the normal healing potions, not the graders or the supremes, or is it all healing potions that prices need to go up?
The words I was told was healing potions.
Oh, well then, yeah, then that's okay. because I was like, oh man, we might not have enough money for the better ones. But okay, yeah.
It was
Breezy's
not giving specifics in terms of like different levels. It was healing potions. We already bought all the graders anyhow.
yeah.
Could
All right, yeah, Breezy's feeling pretty good about herself. She's pretty sure she can convince her to change the price of the healing potions from 50 to 100. That shouldn't be that hard.
Okay.
You guys ready?
Yeah, well, yeah. So I guess we go the next day.
Yeah, it would be
During
day
the
3.
night, there's a couple of things I'd like to do if that's possible. We can hand wave.
Okay.
We don't have to
Sure.
go through it, so waste time. Or I'm not planning to. I don't want to waste time. Tomo? Lumi said she would visit you in your dream to give back your memories. She would have done this night. Is there anything specifically, Eric, that you like to? So Lumi will give her his memories back that
Okay.
was taken by the Ublex.
So we're doing this that night and going the next day to the alchemist shop.
That's
Yep.
correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Is there any specific thing that you like to?
We are going to
Give
check
to-
mark something here. Yes. So
Yes.
Tomo, you are going to be asleep, and in your dream, you're going to relive an experience back
just
at
on a brief-
the hut.
I would have just prefaced that when Lumi visits your dream, you're standing in a gigantic field of of wheat and stuff, and you can feel the wind all around you and the wheat's moving and everything else. And Lumi will appear next to you and say, "As I said, it is time for me to give to you what was stolen." And then she points her a door that appears out of nothingness. That it is black in between. So if you were to walk through that door, you get into this. Okay.
Will you walk through the door, Tomo?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Lumi is there. By the way, there's one slightly change about you is that your fur is fully brushed. That's the only
Okay.
there's an oddity about you. It's like this is perhaps Lumi is made that change kind of subconsciously that your fur is
Lumi
brushed.
prefers a groomed Tomo.
Exactly. Yes.
All right.
But you feel the wind around you and everything else, and it's like it's a pleasant day. It's an endless field of wheat.
Okay. So do you
Yeah.
go through the dark door into your memory?
Yes.
All right. So as you go through the dark door, you will enter the bamboo field around Abe Aranaka's hut. As you do so, you hear a familiar crack, crack, crack. You remember this day. You remember how you were the one making these sounds, whacking at a bamboo pole, trying to form a rhythm in order to get in the groove. Abe was walking by and looked at you. Remember, anger is a tool to be used. If you allow the tool to use you, you will lose control. Strike at it with anger, but do not allow anger to strike it with you. You will continue whack, whack, whack. And you remember Abe going back to the hut, and you remember in the recesses of your mind just a bit of history that you didn't really catch on to when you were so little, focused on whacking this bamboo pole. Abe is going to go to a small chest that you were never allowed to touch, and he's going to look at it, and you remember him opening it, and you remember him going, hope he does not end up Nakoraha. And he will, for just a moment, you caught a glimpse of him pulling out a paper fan, looking at it resentfully, almost sorrowfully, before he catches your glance, puts it back in the box, and closes it. That's when the dream will fade, and you will wake up in the morning.
Okay, and he said, "I hope he does not end up like." And you said a name after that, Kuruha or something like that.
Koreha.
The Kureha.
Oh, okay, I see it. Thank you.
After that, you have you'll be back in terms of dreams. You'll be back at the field, but there is one difference: is that you are able to fly in the fields. Lumi will let you
Very cool.
fly in your dreams, just like she flies in real life.
Tomo will hold out his hand.
What? And she looks at you, it's like, well, what?
This is your making, Lumi. Join me.
And she's like gingerly puts her hand on yours. It's like, sure. And she's looking. She kind of,
After all, I need someone to teach me how to fly.
oh my. Okay, well, we'll just. You don't have wings. Just wheel yourself up, I suppose. And she kind of flies up and kind of drags you up and kind of teaching you how to fly in the field.
Cool. Very cool.
And she will spend time like teaching how to fly, and you can tell that she's a little bit what's the word, shy about all of this, and she wasn't expecting this at all. She's like, oh, okay. Her voice breaks a little bit as she's doing this, but after a while, as you guys are we are having fun in the field and everything else, Lumia will start kind of changing the scenery and like showing you. It's like, well, would you like to see some of my, well, where I used to go, the astral plane, at least some of my old memories.
I would love that, Lumi.
And then she will the sky. It's like throughout the fields and everything else as we're flying around and doing stuff. You can see that she kind of, okay, then follow me, and then you guys we start flying towards the sky, and as the sky turns into the kind of and the astral plane, and then she show you kind of the floating ruins and kind of the astral basically, and then where she used to live. And one specific island that she show you is a kind of a rock basically with some ruins in there on the top, and she said, and this is where I had one. I found a crystal, a geode, and she kind of, you guys, we eventually land there, and she sort of talks about these geodes, the stones that broken. And I remember some of the spirits in this area. Gallifrey was having trouble with them. They were pulling his tail and everything else, and I found this geode. It's funny though. It's no longer in my collection. I can't find it anywhere. I wonder what happened to it. I must have lost it. But she shows the area, and a lot of the things that she talks about, some of it is sometimes there's hints of her just not remembering certain things. And I remember this place, but there'll be this glimpse of things that seems to be half memories that she's kind of remembering and showing to you. But she's happy to show you the astral plane.
Yeah, Tomo will listen along. He feels like he's seeing another side of Lumi. Like she's very excited and
She's very excited at the
cool
moment
things
that
she used to experience. Yeah. So he'll just kind of grin along and think, this is another side of Lumi that I haven't seen. It's cool.
She's way more relaxed, especially when showing the astral plane. It's like somebody who's very excited to show you their home. And sometimes, maybe at times, gets a little too fast. Oh, there was the other place, and she flicks her fingers, and then suddenly the entire area changes very quickly, and it's a little bit nauseating. And you probably, you might have to tell her to calm down a bit. And she's like, oh, she would apologize if you're feeling, but then she'll show you some other areas. And that's it really. And then eventually
Don't
she,
apologize, Lemmy. This is beautiful. Thank you for sharing.
yeah, well, not many have seen this, at least not of your kind, or even the others. I'm not sure how much do the others know about this place. She kind of stops and wonders. Perhaps I should. Well, anyway, now that you all met Jadial, perhaps you can visit him someday, or visit them someday. We had a lot of fun together.
Come on, Nods.
Hmm. And then eventually he stops in one of the kind of the ruins. You're looking at basically like a constellation, like some like far distant kind of things that she put that they're just kind of nebulas and whatever. And she kind of just stops silently for a while, just staring. It's almost like this is a place for her to. She feels relaxed. She feels happy, and she doesn't say anything. She just enjoys the scenery with you there.
As you let your mind drift a little bit, Luminostra,
Yep.
if you'll allow me,
Mm-hmm.
you will hear a sound that you didn't want to hear. It's going to be the sound that wakes you up.
Yep.
It's the clack of a metal boot on stone.
She's like, she wakes up in the room, and she kind of looks around to see what it is. It's like, what is happening?
You look around,
She's in
no one's in the room.
It's like, who is there? Show yourself.
You're not sure if it was in the dream or in the real world, Lumi, but that boot, that clank, was enough to send a shiver of fear down your spine.
Yeah, she's looking around the room, and then she's kind of stands up, start patting around to see if she can find. Come on, show yourself.
You pat around, you find no sign of anyone in the room. It must have been the dream.
Yeah, she stops and is like, what was that? She feels a little bit, she holds herself and kind of looks around the room and kind of stays awake for a bit, and then eventually tries to go back to sleep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So, you guys will wake up in the morning to a bright, wonderful day. It's cool out today. The cold front must have come through last night. It's easily in the 50s Fahrenheit.
Oh, this is really nice.
For those of us who are overseas, 50 Fahrenheit is nice and chill.
Cold in Florida.
Cold in Florida.
You got to put socks on.
It'd be about 10 Celsius.
See, some of us enjoy server room weather.
Man,
Yeah.
man, I wish the weather was like this all the time. This is way better than the Forge.
Yeah, it's nice crisp. It's good. You guys ready to go talk to Yekin?
Yeah, don't worry, I got this.
Okay, Breezy.
Yeah, Breezy's going to invigorated by the chill morning air. She's going to start, jogging towards the potion shop.
Okay.
I will. I'm gonna attune to my necklace of thoughts, and just before entering the place, and as discreet as possible, I will cast detect thoughts.
Okay,
If we
what'd
are
you
going
unattune
there.
from?
Pardon?
What'd you unattune from?
Oh no, just the rod. I'm not using the rod at the moment.
Okay.
I wouldn't have. I obviously in my character sheet I attune to the rod, but I will unattune to the rod and use the idea.
Cool.
That would reduce my. Should I do that? No, I will. God damn it, Eric. Yeah.
Making you play by game mechanics.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I want to chew from the armor. I'm not wearing armor then.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. You're not
I
gonna wear
need
the armor?
the rod. I'm not gonna wear the armor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, unattune and make sure I attune to. Oh, the game of attunements. I'm gonna write the.
That's one of my biggest problems on Jimmy is the game of attunement.
Yeah. Time for us to get some ring of wishes and ask us to double our attunement slots.
That's not happening.
On the way there,
Hey,
on the way
my
to the-
boon.
to the
Go on.
on their way to the apothecary, Auntie Narina would stop a couple random people here and there, passersby, just
Sure.
common folk, and ask them if there were other places to get potions, healing potions.
They'll tell you a couple of other places, yeah. You can get some over at the Crimson Lantern. You can get some at the Jade Blossom Apothecary. You can get them rarely over at the Vermilion Scroll. But the Temple of Usul is another place that you can get some. So there's several places, but the place that is most affordable is the Jade Blossom Apothecary.
What were the other ones you said? You said Crimson Lantern.
So the
Temple
Crimson
of Usul?
Lantern, the Vermilion
Right.
Scroll, and the Temple of Usil.
Could you drop in those two items, those two names?
Sure.
And the temple, or the three names, please.
Well,
I want the picture of Tomo with his fur all nice and and brushed.
his furry is nice
With
and
his
brushed
new
with
shirt,
art.
with his new clothes as well. He looks all nice and tidy.
There you go.
I'm sorry. Thank you.
Almost first brush, right?
No, Breezy got him that grooming kit way back when.
Oh yeah, good
Yeah.
point. Good point.
Yeah, he grooms himself now.
No wonder. Okay.
That's why he doesn't have any rogue hairs on his face. Is he does that nice beard trim, gets it nice manscaped and everything.
It's all the Yokazi Way warriors. They're all like that. They're well groomed. That's why
No,
they keep
that's
saying,
not
"Oh, yo,
true at
Yokazi
all.
Way."
No,
It's like-
I can verify that is not the truth. Absolutely.
Yeah. That's my head. I'll make it canon. My head. All I have to do is spread the rumors, man. I was just spread rumors about the Yokazi Way, all really nice and tidy.
Okay. I'll tell you that having seen the art for the other Yokazi Way members, nope.
Cool.
No. Wind samurai don't necessarily have best groomed hair. Just saying.
And
What I was thinking.
They have flowing locks,
Yeah.
though, you know.
you exactly
Yeah.
flowing, be it the
It sounds like after
close
they
of
meet me,
billowing.
What was
blood
that?
matted hair.
Yeah.
So it sounds like after they meet me, they're gonna have blood matted hair.
Oh. Okay.
Question is his blood or theirs?
Yeah, that's the real question. So you guys make your way over to the Jade Blossom Apothecary. You guys walking in?
Yep.
Awesome.
Is there? Mm.
So as you walk in, opening the door in the back here,
Detect
the
thoughts is
woman
going.
comes through.
How is she feeling? Her thoughts are her surface thoughts.
Her surface thoughts? Oh,
Yeah.
these people. They're going to make me have to do work again. Maybe they're just here for a couple potions. They could not have drank all those.
Miss Yakin.
Greetings, welcome back.
You know, I was just talking with my friends the other day, and I believe I remember you saying your potions here were only 50 gold? The potions of healing?
Yes, I believe it is important for them to be accessible to everyone.
Oh no, she has principles. Oh no. Breezy's gonna be like, wow, that really is accessible. I mean, more accessible. I mean, 50 gold is a lot for like for people who don't have any money. But
True.
you
But
shake
I
your head.
believe that 2 months worth of preparation for an adventure is the appropriate amount for a fresh adventurer, don't you?
I mean, that's great that you think that, because I mean, I'd like to buy all the potions you got.
Oh, that would be delightful.
I mean, these are so cheap. I really should. The ones back in Fluidin are way more expensive.
Truly.
So I should
Yes,
buy
ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Miss Yekin, we're so glad you're here. And I'm glad Miss Breezy's talking to you about those potions. Yeah, if you would be so kind, go ahead and sell those potions to Miss Breezy. But I feel like, and he's going to start to try to whisper to her, be like, I feel like I should tell you, you know, you have competition in this town that they charging more than double what you're charging for your healing potions. And I hate to see a woman like you that works so hard to get taken advantage of.
Oh dear. No, you see, I believe that potions should be sold for their true value instead of performing a money grab.
Well, that's understandable, but ma'am, what I'm trying to tell you is that I'm afraid of some of these other establishments that sell these potions. I'm afraid that if you don't start competing, they're going to push you right out of business, ma'am, and then you won't be able to service anybody. They're charging more than double for what you're charging. I think it would be a really good idea. You could very easily charge 100 gold for these same potions. I can't emphasize it enough, ma'am. I really think you're doing yourself a disjustice.
I make my bills. I have enough demand for my cheap potions. I do not understand the insistence. Why would you want to make it unavailable and inaccessible for the little person?
It's not so much. So what I'm trying to tell you is that these other places, they're going to buy you out, and then you won't be able to help these lesser folks.
Oh, but I know the people who would purchase from those shops.
Yeah, well, if you're not in business, though, is what I'm trying to say. If you're not in business, you can't help the little person no more.
Well, what would you have me do?
My suggestion would be to double your prices on your healing potions, because you would still be able to accommodate the little man, the younger guy, the newly inexperienced, and at the same time, those other bigger conglomeration type stores, they're not going to be able to push you out of business. They'll be able to at least keep up.
You believe that I can truly compete as a little old woman with a large apothecary?
It's not a matter of competing, it's a matter of survival, if you understand what I'm saying.
But I am surviving now. Are their prices
You are
not
for
higher?
now. No, ma'am, they are higher, but their rumor has it is that they're seeking to put you out of business.
She smiles. Well, they can certainly try. I have very loyal customers, and everyone knows that I provide a good product. I don't desire to expand. I am happy being in a small shop with a specialist product, catering to the poor and downtrodden. If the large people wish to come and purchase my potions, I will gladly take their gold.
No, ma'am, I think you misunderstand what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying they're going to come purchase your potions. I'm saying they're going to put you out of business.
And how would
you won't
they do
be able
that?
to help it, ma'am. I'm afraid to say I've seen some rather distasteful things in this city transpire since I've been here, and I'm afraid that a woman of your nature, your delicacy, you might be in trouble.
Please roll your intimidation check.
How's that intimidation? I'm not intimidating.
How's that intimidating her? I've seen
I'm
some.
not saying I'm gonna kill her. I'm not saying I'm gonna kill her. I'm saying other people are gonna.
It's a nice shop you got here. Be a shame if something happened to it.
I'm not the one trying to say I'm going to kill her. I'm saying
No, someone else is gonna break her
You're
legs.
not threatening her.
Yeah.
You're correct. You are not threatening her, but it is an intimidation trying to get her to do things. Yeah,
All right.
absolutely. Absolutely is.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. That
Breeze-
I'm
Oh,
gonna inspiration in that one.
Yeah,
I'm
breezy.
inspiration in that one.
You get
That's the
inspiration
reason why I
that
didn't
one?
want to do that one.
Okay.
Jesus Christ. Hopefully I don't get 2 of those in a row.
That'd be funny as all hell, just saying.
Jesus Christ. Fuck it.
Wow.
I will spend my inspiration to give him one more reroll. But
Okay.
while he's doing that, Breezy
Sure.
will actually put 600 gold down
Okay.
instead of 300 for the because she says she has 6 healing potions.
Yes.
Yeah, so she will put down 600 gold, and just say, "Look, I mean, we're relatively new adventurers, and we can still afford it."
You shitting me. All right. Thanks for telling the story.
1, 2, 2.
You can use my inspiration as well.
She looks at you. We're gonna use someone else's inspiration. Are we using Tomos?
All right.
You can't roll low 4 times in a row, right?
Knock on wood. Hold on. I need some good juju here going on. All right, here we go. Here's for Tomo.
Four.
Hold on. I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna add my knack, my psychic knack to that because I don't want to burn anybody else's. Oh, great. Jesus Christ, the dice. So I got a 12.
We're going to see how she responds to this, which is so much fun because we've established she has a +2. Oh, here we go. She looks at you. If they choose to come here, they will have to deal with me and my friends. And with all of the potions in my shop, I will be fine. I will take some of your gold, little Brysanthria, but not all of it. I will accept the 300 gold for the 6 potions of healing.
Pretty sure. I mean, I'm pretty sure you could double that. But I'm not going to complain about cheap potions because, I mean, shoot, it's good for me, right?
You are new adventurers, and you do need the discount.
So I will add the 300 back to my. Well, yeah. Well, she tried.
Okay. Lumi is getting involved in the discussion, or not getting involved?
She's not getting involved.
Not
Yeah, I
getting
said
involved,
getting.
okay.
I meant said not getting involved. At the moment, she's just browsing the wares, listening to the conversation, and try keeping herself not noticeable. She's listening to this woman's thoughts.
Sure.
Is there anything specific, the inner surface thoughts that she's thinking or saying from all of this that might be give me some
Sure. Yeah, her surface thoughts that you currently have going on are, oh, these poor naive people. They don't understand how much these potions help the poor people. We can't afford to spend a third of a year spending money on a healing potion. Otherwise, the new women, the young girls, would never leave Asatoro. They would have no dreams or aspirations to be a young one again. They're all about money. It's a shame, really. I wish that they realize that there are things more important in life than simple coins.
Like bonking.
Lumi, if this is information only you know, you have to make an argument that raising the prices of potions would be beneficial for everybody.
But yeah, okay.
Or communicate to the party, this is what the woman's thinking, so that they can assist you. Because right now you're the only person with this information.
Can I kind of who is actively speaking to the old lady?
I have currently Nero and Breezy. Deuce is standing off to the side.
Yeah. Lumi will explain to you, Tomo, that this is what she's thinking. Like she whispered to him, "Oh, Tomo, look at this potion," and then she explains the situation to you. We should tell the others. Find a way to. So what was it that you were saying that we need to do, Breezy? I just need to
Well,
kind of think of
because
what to say.
it was you have to make an argument that would appeal to her motivation, and her motivation is genuinely helping people regardless of the cost. So if we were to make an argument that like actually no, raising your prices would make things better for everybody, that would probably be a much better argument to make. So we just have to convince her somehow that raising her prices would be beneficial.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I think Lumi just like she turns around to the old lady. She's like, "I'm sorry, but by charging more, you can actually help more people. Lower prices is actually harming the community."
Oh.
Oh dear, Porker 3. You work so hard, and yet you barely get by. Isn't that right?
No.
If you double your prices,
I have a
no,
very comfortable living.
you might do, but if you were to increase your revenue from your potions, you will be able to hire other well-to-do adventurers who could learn from you and be able to get more potions to the people.
But I
Then
teach
what are you
without
doing?
cost.
She teaches without cost.
I don't understand. Why would you hoard knowledge? I would teach people how to create potions so that they can create them on their own. I use
How would
recipes.
they, my dear, and how would they get access to tools, to materials, and everything
Oh,
else?
they would have to
If you're
purchase the
giving,
tools, of course. But I don't
yeah,
sell
but
those.
I understand, but you could. You could make your business much larger, a much bigger
She smiles
operation.
at you. Young lady, today alone, I have made a year's income. How much more do I need?
She lives frugally, but Breezy's just gonna start smiling. She just says, I don't know why you guys are arguing about like this. We can go out and get hurt all we want as long as we can buy these cheap potions. I mean, shoot, as long as we're nearby, like we can get into all sorts of shenanigans. I mean, really, like we don't have to worry about dying or getting hurt because these potions are so cheap.
I just don't understand your thinking, really. With more coin, you'll be able to fund more free clinics, donate to temples, train
I cannot
apprentices.
afford that, and I'm not interested in getting that busy. I'm happy where I am.
Well, this is the trouble. I think you may be happy where you are, but you're doing so little to actually help everyone.
He looks at you.
You could do so much more.
I'm sorry that you feel that way. I'm not looking to be young and energetic again. I'm happy who I am.
Are you sure?
I've lived a full life. I've loved 3 men, and it's been a delight. I have 2 children who have both died. It's nothing left for me, really, except to provide care and potions to the poor and infirm. I don't seek fame or grand charity. I'm too old for that. I'll be dead in another 2 years or so. Nothing I can do will assist
I understand.
that.
And what are you doing with your legacy, my dear?
My legacy is past. I have no desire for one.
So once you go,
I will be
hope
gone.
that doesn't happen very, very soon. But There will be nobody else will have access to your cheap wares.
I'm sure that someone will come in and loot my shop when I die.
I think that is very narrow thinking. You
How,
could do
how
so
does
much
that
more for
help the poor?
community.
How does that help the poor person though?
At that point, my work will be done.
So you obviously don't really care about the poor person.
Breezy will step in and just say,
guilt. You're trying to guilt her into... She looks at you guys. I think it may be time for you to go.
I say our group's a bunch of assholes.
"Yeah, I was about to say, you guys are really freaking bad at this. Jeez, Breezy. I mean, I will give one last Hail Mary.
Sure.
Breezy will just mention out. No, like, you don't, I don't know why they're acting this way, but like, I am worried though, because, well, because potions are so cheap, aren't people going to be less careful about not getting hurt? If they could just get a potion to cure all their ails?
She smiles at you and leans over, puts a hand on your shoulder, and then grips tighter and tighter. Little Brysanthria, pain is a great deterrent.
Yeah.
Being injured, potions can only heal so much. If someone suffers pain repeatedly enough, they will learn their lesson.
It's too bad Jimmy isn't here because he'd be like, no, actually, she doesn't.
Yeah, it's a good point.
If Jimmy was here, this would be absolutely different entirely because he would have thrown a shit fit already. He probably would have zoned of church this room in general and made you all suffer.
Yeah, I understand.
But
please,
that was one last Hail Mary. All right.
I will be keeping my prices as they are. You have not convinced me to
that's
raise
fine.
them.
I understand. I mean, I don't mean you any disrespect. I just don't understand your thinking. I just feel that much more could be done. But I get it.
You're welcome to start your own alchemy shop and see the work that is involved.
Oh. I understand.
And she will gently, without touching you, kind of corral you guys towards the exit.
Wait! You said you would teach me how to make potions. I want to learn.
The potion classes are on Thursdays. If you're here, then I will gladly teach you.
What day is it?
Today's Wednesday. Would you like to stay an extra day in Esatoro?
She will absolutely stay an extra. I mean, I'm sure they have to come up with some sort of wacky shenanigans to make her raise prices.
Sure.
So Breezy will absolutely take that time to learn how to make potions.
So you're going to come to the potion class tomorrow. Understood.
Oh yeah, she absolutely is. Yeah.
If you think about it, actually learning how to make the potions, this is not a character thing, might give you more information to get her to raise them, because then you understand the process.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
So, I think that as you guys are escorted out of the Jade Blossom Apothecary, you guys can go out into Esatoro and have some time to figure out how you're going to convince her to raise her prices. You guys have a lot of time to do that. So let's go ahead and let you guys stew on that for the week, because you guys can do a lot of theory crafting and planning. Yes, sir?
Yeah. No, nothing. I just don't think we could have. I don't think there was any way we could have convinced her.
Oh, there's lots of ways to do it. It's just...
No, I don't think there was. But
Yeah,
that's fine.
I'm in agreement. Like, I wasn't trying to intimidate her at all. I was trying to
I wasn't
persuade
either.
her.
Yeah.
She rolled really high on her check. And so...
I don't know which check, but that's fine. Yeah, that's okay.
It was against being persuaded or intimidated.
Mhm.
So, yeah. She rolled an 18. So, very high. She's convinced that what she's doing is right, unless you guys come around through a different method. The gentle persuasion is not going to work on her.
Yeah, it
And
makes me
even
think
if
too. I
even
don't
if
think
we
it
could
was
actually,
anyway.
if we got persuasion rolls in, those
We
four
didn't do
rolls
any
in a row
persuasion rolls.
still
I
would
didn't
not have
think you
beaten.
would, yeah.
Right.
Sorry, go on for Tom. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Yeah, I was going to say, even if Nero was trying to, or was using persuasion, those four rolls in a row wouldn't have beaten her 16 anyway.
Yeah. So, Unfortunately, at the moment, this is where the dice have told the story. And so we're going to have to figure out if you guys continue with this or where we go from here. So gives you guys a bit of a interesting thought experiment to work through. Cool.
Can I drop my hat
Sure.
limerick here to save your crafting time, your item creating time for next week?
Sure.
All right, so we'll go with my. It's only 28 lines. I may go a little overboard with this. I deemed this one my poem called "Oh Magic Hat," and this will be on the third night before the class, you know.
Sure.
And Jimmy will be off by himself after asking Deuce to borrow the hat. Jimmy can borrow the hat, right?
Yep.
Okay, just want to make sure. He's gonna go off in his own little room, and his self brooding, and he's gonna hold the hat in both hands and just kind of peer into its depths. And he will go, "Oh Magic Hat, it's been some time since we spoke. Oh Magic Hat, now I'm a totally different kind of folk. Oh Magic Hat, only you know. Oh Magic Hat, the discord I sow. Oh Magic Hat, how I wander my path. Oh Magic Hat, what turned to a warpath. Oh Magic Hat, what is light and what is dark. Oh Magic Hat, I know it's not a walk in the park. Oh Magic Hat is what I do right. Oh Magic Hat, I don't wish to fill with spite. Oh Magic Hat, I walk on my own. Oh Magic Haps, and it seems I continue to roam. Oh Magic Hat, only you could understand. Oh Magic Hat, what it feels like in my dreamland. Oh Magic Hat, to only you I speak. Oh Magic Hat, because my outlook is bleak. Oh Magic Hat, I ask for your help. Oh Magic Hat, so I don't lose myself. Oh Magic Hat, judgment stains my heart. Oh Magic Hat, I want holiness to impart. Oh Magic Hat, I walk a fine line. Oh Magic Hat, I will not be benign. Oh Magic Hat, I wish for your aid. Oh Magic Hat, on which mortals have betrayed. Oh Magic Hat, and my quest for judgment. Oh Magic Hat, I no longer wish to lament. Oh Magic Hat, my judgment can bring downfall. Oh Magic Hat, but I wish for the opposite, a holy maul.
Ooh. Holy maul. Okay.
And I will say, this is not as much of like I want a super powerful weapon. It
Right.
has to do with role play for the weapon he wants to create in the future. Because he has a Hellfire Maul,
Right.
and that's one half of Judgment.
Okay. So as you reach into the hat, out is going to pull a mundane but divinely decorated hammer. It is a long maul, massive, made of wood, and on the head of it, it has a shining sun emblazoned. As you bring it out, the sun flares and then dims. You have a holy weapon. It is not magical at the moment, but it is potentially magical, as it is directly associated with the god Usil.
Ooh, I hope he didn't come out of this his judge being not so thorough.
No, this is preparing for Jimmy's.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah,
of
it's
course.
my foreshadowing.
Yep.
Indeed.
So as you pull it out, the heft of this thing is solid. You can tell that the head of the maul is loaded. A wood hammer like this should not weigh this much. As you shift it, you feel a slight pouring of small beads almost. With a passive insight, the head of this maul is loaded with wet lead pellets.
Very interesting.
If you guys have never used a dead blow mallet, these things are amazing. So, awesome. Essentially, what happens is when you strike something with this, it won't bounce off, it just thud. Because the lead shot absorbs the bounce. Cool. Well, as Jimmerly pulls this maul out of the hat in his quarters and looks at it, the design flares once more before we end for today, and we'll come back next week to discover what else lies beneath fallen skies here in Asataro and maybe beyond. As always, guys, thank you so much for choosing me to be your GM. There's a ton of amazing ones out there, and I'm always thankful you choose me to be yours. Do check out the Patreon over at patreon.com/GMEric. The GM tips and archives and podcasts are over on YouTube. I now have the GM tip videos on YouTube, X, Instagram, Blue Sky, and TikTok. So go check those out. If you do watch them, do hit the thumbs up. It does help me out. Otherwise, guys, have a wonderful week. Please stay safe. And we'll be back tomorrow for the Underwatch, as they have established a foothold and are getting resupplied and reinforced. Take care, everybody, and have a wonderful time.